787 departure frequency time will be 1257.
25-7, thanks.
Hey, welcome back to SciFi And Friends podcast number 50. What is this, 53? Pretty cool that we're doing more podcasts in the pandemic than we did before the pandemic. But, I guess it's because we have extra time on our hands or whatnot. So I hope everyone out there is doing all right. I got the stimulus check today. I hope you got yours. Buy Bitcoin, buy some groceries. I think Casey spent a lot of his on airline stock. There's a lot of things you can do. Just be wise with this money. It's like a one-time deal. So let's see what else we got going on. We just had Easter. Hopefully you had a good Easter. Besides that, we're all in quarantine still. What is it, April 15th? Not much has changed. Stay quarantined. Stay safe. Stay healthy. All right, let's get to it. My guest today is a very talented and let me just start over. My guest today is a very talented coach, MMA boxing coach, Ryan Mosburg.
Hey.
I love the last name Mosburg because it makes me think of the shotgun. And then you're a boxing coach. So then I picture people punching like as hard as a shotgun.
Yeah, they call me 12 gauge.
Do they?
Because of the Mosburg. Yeah.
Okay, so it all makes sense.
Spelled differently.
Right.
It'd be nice if it was spelled the same, though.
Yeah, I like it different.
Yeah.
You have your own brand of shotguns.
That'd be cool.
Right? Could you do that? You probably could. Probably could. So how have you been during this whole pandemic?
Good. Been spending a lot of time with the daughter, which is awesome.
Yeah.
My wife, she's been working a lot, but they cut down her hours because a lot of women are having home births now.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
So she's a midwife type?
So she's not, she works at a hospital.
Okay, right.
Yeah, she's an OB.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's interesting. So girls are having home births because of the pandemic?
Mm-hmm.
So do they call her? Like, can she? No, because she has to do it at the
Yeah.
hospital. Well,
It's like, man, if you became a midwife, you make some extra cash real quick.
Yeah. Can you do that?
I don't know.
She's got the credentials.
She is one of the smartest people. She can do whatever she wants to do.
That's very interesting. There's so many things that the pandemic changed, and that's one that I did not expect. But it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, definitely. It's crazy. Yeah, but you kind of work from home, or you make your house calls anyway. So
Right.
changing up for the pandemic not too much. People still want to fight and train.
Yes, well, all the big gyms are closed.
Right. Oh, right.
So I'm kind of like free solo. I kind of do my own gypsy style kind of boxing, where I have a little downstairs, so I do my privates. I travel to people. So they still need work because these big gyms can't open.
Right.
A lot of other coaches don't like that.
Yeah.
Their athletes are reaching out to me for extra work, which, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It helps you.
Mm-hmm.
But, and it's like, what else are they supposed to do? What stop training?
Right.
No, they got to keep training. We're going to be back in service here in a few months, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's hopefully we'll be there. So that's interesting. So who'd you train today?
Theron Crouch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's a Carthage boy. He's going to do some pro boxing.
That's badass.
Yeah. No, he's a kid's fast.
Yeah.
Good kid.
That's awesome.
And then hopefully TJ can get back into it. TJ Britton.
Is he taking some time off because of his hand or pandemic?
He's just kind of a sissy.
You heard it here on the podcast.
No, he's hanging out at home right now because, he's just waiting on another call.
Right.
So I think he's 36, 37. Kid can still outwork any 19, 20-year-old.
Oh, dude.
Anywhere.
Rolling with him a few times is
he's a monster.
Eye-opening.
You look at him, you're like, you fight at 35, but he hits like a 285er?
I've never been hit by him, but I hope I never. Please don't ever hit me, DJ. Just hit me with wisdom and love.
Yeah, right.
I rolled with him, I think, one time at Mac Club, and it was just like a friendly roll, and it was life-changing.
Well, when I first met him, I used to beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
He was just, Can we talk about that? You want to talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about early days of TJ. Because he was a professional track star.
Right.
So if you were going to race him, and basketball. So if you're going to race him, he would have.
And this is before I met him.
Okay.
And so he was already those things, I believe.
Yeah,
And-
very early, like 18 or 20 years old. He
Yeah.
was professional.
And
Track
so
at least.
he's gonna be mad because I'm telling the story without him. But I was at the fight shop. That was a small little gym in Webb City, right by the sub shop, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And so we literally had to smell them making homemade bread every
While
day
you're working out.
while we're working out, right? And so
Makes you
man,
strong.
I was in really good just boxing shape, sparring all the time with Jeff Hines.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he was like my mentor at the time.
Okay, wow.
His son was just the phenomenal boxer when I think he was like 14 or 15 at the time.
Yeah.
Austin?
Austin?
Oh yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Just working. He was a little punk.
Here, pull that mic. He's still a little punk.
He is.
I love that guy.
No, he's a great kid.
Yeah. You can pull it right in front of you or whatever's comfortable. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
And so we had all those guys, then we had Jeff's dad there. We called him Papa John. And he
Okay.
would just scream at us like, anyway, get your hands up, whatever.
Right.
But so I was in pretty good boxing shape and just, man, I was just smoking anybody and they put in front of me, training.
Mm-hmm.
And then here comes this like beat up car, right? I think it was a Cadillac, but it was like all black spray paint. Not real paint.
Custom paint
Yeah.
job, bro.
And then the Batman symbol was on the hood of the car. So, I mean, I dig Batman,
Right.
but you see this car roll up. That's definitely not the Batmobile.
Did Batman step out?
Yeah. And so the guy driving is a great dude. His name's Brew. At the time, he was huge. I think he like fights at like 170, 185 now.
Oh, wow.
Somewhere else, but great dude. That's a different story.
Yeah.
And the passenger got out this tall, skinny, dreads, and basketball shorts past his knees. I'm just like, like I looked at my training, like I was like, I think we're getting robbed. He walks in, and if somebody would have told me then and there,
Mm-hmm.
when he walked in, and I saw this tall, skinny black dude just looking at me saying, I want a box.
Mhm.
You know?
That's all he's
I was like, yeah. And looking at him and saying, that's going to be your daughter's godfather.
right.
You'd be like, yeah, right, you're lying.
Right.
No.
That's who you would have thought.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. But, nah, he's a great dude. I beat the crap out of him the first 4 weeks, probably.
So did he fight that same day? Batmobile day?
I think he worked out.
Okay.
Did our workout.
Yeah.
And then he said something stupid to Jeff, like, I want to fight that little white boy.
You?
Because I was just hitting the bag real hard or
Oh,
something.
right. Yeah.
And like I did something stupid, like winked at him or something.
Oh, yeah.
And
Blew
I think
a
it was,
kiss.
yeah, I think something stupid, like pretty stupid. And then like 2 days later, we trained again.
Okay.
And then we kind of sparred, and he says I never knocked him down, but I'm pretty sure he took a knee one day. But we'll let him share that part.
Something in the history books.
Yeah, for sure.
Long debated.
It was literally only like I said, I was in good shape, good boxing,
Mm-hmm.
used to being in the sparring and stuff, and then it only took him like 5 weeks, and then it's like I don't even like sparring him anymore.
Oh, really?
Oh God.
Phenomenal
Oh,
athlete,
yeah.
bro.
Oh yeah, that reach was stupid.
Still is.
I mean, still is.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I love watching him spar like other boxers and
Yeah.
just do boxing, and then he kind of embarrasses them.
Oh.
Just because he's awkward.
Because of his length?
Just his length's awkward.
Yeah.
He's like I said, he's strong, super strong.
Oh, yeah. Just not the typical 135.
Oh, God.
135er.
I mean, he's a freak at 45.
Yeah. That's who he fought
Right.
last at,
Mhm.
right? When the kickboxer guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we were at LFA one. We were in the elevator with all these guys cutting weight,
Mm-hmm.
and this kid was cutting weight to 35, and he looked at TJ. He's like, "Man, you're a big 45er." And when TJ told him, he's like, "Actually, I go to 35."
Yeah.
Guys looks at him, he's like, "Oh hell no."
Oh, no.
Nope.
Well, that's what happened
Yep.
a lot of times, right?
Yep.
The fights that get set up, they don't go
Oh,
through.
yeah. I forgot how many fights they canceled.
Several.
Yeah.
Pastor Jeff was
yeah.
talking about that the other day, but how many times people back out.
And so like
Why wouldn't you?
in reality, out of, I don't know, I'm just gonna throw out a number. Let's say 6 years, he's probably had like 4 real training camps. If
Oh,
that.
right.
Like
Right.
longer than a week.
That's
or two.
scary. That's crazy. And he's 37.
Yeah, I mean, I think you give that kid a full month of training camp. I mean, gee, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Good luck.
That's crazy. So, forgive me for my ignorance. What does a training camp mean exactly? Like, if you, the term training camp,
Right.
is that like a measured thing? Like, I understand like someone's going to get in fighting shape, but is it like always 6 weeks, or is it always, I don't know.
I mean, with
How was
him, like, we've never had one.
Yeah, right.
Since I've been back, I've never had a full training camp with him.
Right. But camps like starts once the
Right.
contract.
I think 6
starts.
weeks, yeah.
Yeah, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Especially with him. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Uh,
But like for just general fighters, like if I signed up, I go, I'm going to fight this guy. We sign contracts, and then I go into camp.
right.
Right. So then I would get a coach like you, maybe a couple other coaches. I'd have a team maybe or whatever, and then we would just get ready to fight, ready to bang. Right.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, it just depends who you are. So I got this
Okay.
one kid that's a freak athlete wrestler. He's 20. He's about to be 21. All he wants to do is fight. And the kid's going to be probably a big thing around the Arkansas area, but he's probably not going to fight till December.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, he just wants to be ready, which I understand.
You think it could be too long of a camp? Like you could be too ready?
Well, we're not going to. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's kind of like bodybuilding, right? Like you
Kinda,
need a peak
right.
at some point.
Like, I talked to this one fighter that would just fight all these like studs, and then he just got the crap beat out of him all the time. Some excel when they fight, you know what I mean? And then some will get in there and they'll just lose. And I'm like, well, what the hell?
Right.
And then I heard a coach tell me, he says, well, actually, let them spar hard, and then I'll get some bums and put them in there and just let them beat them up.
Just for confidence
yeah,
boost.
exactly. Which, so I've heard that. I've heard John Winks talked about that before.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Oh, I mean, everybody does it. I went to an OU game where they played, I don't know, some Northwest Arkansas team that, you know, it was like 88-0 or something. You know, I mean, same concept. Just let's dust off the cobwebs and get some confidence behind us.
Right.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
But what if a bum comes in and just beats the shit out of your guy?
That's embarrassing.
It kind of sounded like maybe that's happened before.
No, I mean, I
No, I'm just
rarely
kidding.
seen it. It was at the YMCA when I was like,
This has happened?
yeah, before I met like Jeff Hines, before I was even like coaching or anything. And this one kid was like pretty good, training for this big fight, supposedly. When I say big fight, then maybe like a local tournament in Branson.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, wasn't like TV or anything.
Right,
but
right.
He was like just the stud of the whole area. And then this guy that was just benching one day just came out, started kind of mouthing off while we saw us hitting the heavy bag. You know, we're looking at him and he just smoked him. Just dropped him. I'm not going to name any names.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It was weird. It was just like, what are you doing? Get up and fight him. And he's just like walking around, and the guy, you know, he was also like 20 years older than us.
Yeah, right. Was there a weight difference too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
that's in a bar fight, yeah, but in a measured fight, you know, that wouldn't happen.
Right.
That's that would not feel real good on your confidence, especially if as you're coming up, you're like, I'm gonna be somebody.
Yeah. So he ended up like doing good in Branson though.
Good.
But he was just like, you know,
Oh yeah.
we would always see that guy around town.
Yeah, that would suck.
Old man. I was like, well, that old man just
Yeah.
did work on you, boy.
Yeah, mad respect to the old man.
He was actually my first boxing coach later down the road.
The old man? No way. Are you serious? See, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like how there's hidden killers out there.
So supposedly he boxed like who's the guy that passed away? I just went blank.
Oh.
From Oklahoma. Gosh dang it! It was in Rocky V.
Want me to Google it?
I'm embarrassed that I forgot about
Who
it.
died in Oklahoma? Rocky V. We'll start there.
Tommy Morrison.
Tommy Morrison.
Yeah, supposedly he sparred him a lot, and he was like his big sparring partner. But he was just kind of a local pro around Pittsburgh, and my dad actually knew who he was the whole time. And I was like, yeah, some old man just came and beat up, and he's like, oh, he was actually a pro boxer though. Yeah, and so
That would have been nice to know.
yeah, so he was the first one I started training with.
Okay.
And I think I don't know how old I was young. I was just started high school probably. But so he was going to do lessons with me. And he's like, meet me in the sauna room. And that's where we'd spar.
Oh, really?
We'd be slipping all over the floor.
That's
Like
got to be dangerous.
some rough basketball hoopers would always come in and want to spar. So that's who I actually never really learned how to box from him.
Okay.
It was Jeff Hines actually taught me the art.
Right.
But this guy just kind of taught me how to take my ass beating, just whoopings.
Right.
I think he's still alive.
Yeah.
His name's Ira Sponsel. Wow.
Still around.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. That's, I was thinking as you said that, like every other sport wants to be a fighter. They come to the gym, they're like, let's play some basketball. That's great. Or they're football players or they're golfers or whatever. But then as soon as a group of guys gets together, and they're like, they're sparring or they're throwing down, they're like, oh, I want to try. It's great. It's really weird. Everybody wants to be a fighter until they get punched in the face.
Yeah. So my parents were always kind of like against it, but they loved it that I trained in it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They never wanted me to do it. I did one boxing fight.
Yeah.
Went with him. I cut so I was dating my wife at the time, and she was so bad because I looked like Christian Bale from the Machinist.
Yeah.
I literally he called me. He's like, I got to fight this weekend. It was like Thursday.
Oh.
And so I think I did something stupid, dropped 15 to 16 pounds.
How?
I starved myself. I mean, I sweated.
No water?
Just nothing. It was the worst trip ever. And then what did I do after I made weigh-ins? I went to Burger King.
Ooh. Oh, my God.
And, I knew the kid. I didn't know this kid, but he was a white kid that was just out of an all-black boxing school up North Kansas City. Mm-hmm. And he didn't really even, I don't even remember it. He never hurt me. You know what I mean? It just kind of I just kind of remember I was blacking out, I was just not even there.
Oh, wow.
It was weird.
Not because of getting hit, but just because of the pressure and energy.
I think it was the pressure, energy.
Well, and also the Burger King.
Burger King.
Dropping all that weight and stuff.
I hate being around, I hate being the center of attention.
Yeah.
And so, kind of talked to my dad about training more and, should I do this? And he's like, I'd rather you just train. Right. And then so I just trained my butt off. Mm-hmm. And then Jeff Hines, like I said, showed me, really good boxing. And then I just became coaching with him ever since. All of his fighters, me and him would coach him. And then I told my dad, I was like, I think I want to be a coach. Yeah. It's I just love it. I think I'm good at it. Yeah. And then I started doing mitt work, and people started paying me to do mitt work, and then they actually paid me when I was in Hawaii.
Nice.
I did mitt work over there too.
So, so how old were you around that time? So you did one boxing match.
Then I was 18 probably.
Okay. Yep. And then shortly after that, you were thinking, I'd rather be a coach.
But here was the thing, I would drive to other gyms and be their sparring dummies, and their coach would pay me $100 or something stupid.
Well, that's not bad.
It wasn't bad, but to me that was a full fight. It felt you know what I mean? I don't know, people are still watching. It's why can't I do this in front of tons of people?
That's what you're thinking?
Yeah. I don't know.
Bro, I did one jiu-jitsu tournament, and I swear to God, I about passed out. Yep. And we were just rolling. We were white belt rolling, dude, And I mean, it took a lot of my energy to keep focused and not fall over on the ground. So to fight.
I did 6 to 7 probably jiu-jitsu tournaments. Yeah. And those are actually I'm good at coaching boxing. But I fell in love with jiu-jitsu. To me, anybody can kind of stand up and throw a punch, but in the fight game, if somebody holds you down and you can't get up, that's so embarrassing.
Right.
It's what?
They don't even have to punch you. They I'm in control. Yeah.
So if you're boxing a boxer, and I'm just going to take you down and hold you there. But if you're fighting a jiu-jitsu guy, I mean, that doesn't have boxing, you got a better chance. Right. But, I mean, I don't know. I think jiu-jitsu is by far the best to have in MMA.
Really? Mm-hmm. Really? Over judo and everything else. Mm-hmm. That's why I love MMA, and that's why I think it's so popular. It's just because there are so many facets. There are so many different combinations of this guy's a wrestler, this guy's a puncher, right, or a kicker or whatever, and then you put those together and you're like, what happens?
Yep.
It's awesome.
Yep. And so with Theron that I was talking about earlier, he actually started getting really good at jiu-jitsu, Nice. He's just kind of and then he's just I kind of want to box now. Yeah. Because he's really good at boxing. I was like, well, let's just focus on that. Because now we don't have to worry about anybody kicking us or putting us on our butts. And so I think he's going to, he's gonna take over some boxing game pretty soon around this area.
I believe it. What's his name again?
Theron Crouch.
He's from Arkansas.
I think he's from Carthage.
Oh, okay, that's what you said.
Yep.
Yeah.
But people kind of tease us because gypsies. We don't really have a gym, and we kind of bounce around. I was like, we're gonna run with it.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
It is.
It's a cooler story than...
I think so. And it pisses off all the bigger gyms. So
Right. You're not playing by the rules. You're not training out of your garage.
No. And I had one guy, Bobby Wyatt. He called me. He's like, yeah, that's why people don't like you, because you are a gypsy and you're what did he say? A Ronin coach.
That's the
I was
coolest
like,
word.
dude, thank you
I know,
so much.
dude. You got called a Ronin? That's like the coolest shit
t-shirt.
ever. Yeah, no joke. That's like the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of t-shirt and Ronin, there was one on my Instagram that had an awesome cutout of a samurai. And he's holding the sword down like this.
Yep.
And it says Ronin across the top, and then below it says no masters, no gods. Oh, dude, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. So that's hilarious that he called you a Ronin. But, I mean, I guess, old school ways... And specifically with martial arts, and I'm thinking of jiu-jitsu, like it was very important to know like where you came from and who you trained under. So you think that is where they're kind of getting at?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I've worked with athletes in Arkansas that we'd work out, we have a great time. They're all good dudes. I don't care if your coach don't like me, whatever. Get over it. But they would literally tell them like, all right, hey, we get you're working out with them. That's cool. Just don't like post on Facebook you're working out with them.
Interesting.
So, I mean,
is that because different coaches have different techniques, different, like, what is that?
I don't know, but obviously my stuff's working, people. So.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. It's the payoff, the outcomes speak for themselves.
My dream is to have like my own gym someday, of course.
Sure, yeah.
Just train all these little killers.
Right.
I always tease my guys, I'm like, you guys better do something big and get those and start winning, because once my daughter can train,
you're done.
I'm done.
You gonna train her? Is she gonna fight?
So her mom will say no, but every time she's always downstairs with me watching me. Every time she sees my boxing gloves, she sees boxing on TV fight, and she always does punch. And she'll she's always
How old is she?
Oh, she'll be 2 in June.
Punch.
And she's punch.
I can see a fighter in the future.
Yeah, yeah.
She's saying punch.
I mean, I'm gonna put her in wrestling probably like when she's 3 or 4.
Well, even if she doesn't fight, like those skills are invaluable.
Just the world's so scary these days.
Right.
I want her to be like a little killer, especially with these boys.
Oh, dude, it's invaluable, even for men or for anybody at any age. One of the things when I first started jiu-jitsu, I was working at a restaurant at Downstream, and there was a real good friend of mine, Megan, who was from the military, and I walked in one day and I was just talking about it. She just kind of looks at me. You stand up straighter. I was like, what? Like, ever since you started jiu-jitsu, you stand up straighter. I was like, oh, wow. It was, dude. It changed my confidence level just because I had been on the ground, sweated on, smashed on, tapped out over and over and over again. It kind of released me from a lot of the delusions that I had about I'm a strong fighter. I'm not a fighter, but I could hold my own. And then it was like, no, you can't.
So like with jiu-jitsu, so like any workout you ever do, I don't care if you're doing weights or whatever, it might be like stressful to even start the workout. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But after you're done with any workout, like I said, you can be swimming, anything, you just feel good.
Right.
Jiu-jitsu is by far I felt the best. Like I dreaded starting it with people. I'm like, God, I don't want to do warm-ups. I don't want to do this. But I always felt, amazing afterwards.
Oh, so accomplished. So proud of yourself for at least, even if you got destroyed. I'm thinking of Samuel Robertson.
Oh, God.
That
stud.
Dude,
I call him Little Khabib.
Bro, he's a
stud.
We rolled, and if you want to call it that, and I went to the wall, and I just kind of sat there just trying to put it all together. And it was so bad that Jason Rios came over. He's like, puts his arm around me. He's like, hey, man, it happens to all of us. I'm like, I don't know what to do right now. That was terrible.
Brutal.
Oh, God. But where was I going with that? Oh, you talk about starting jiu-jitsu or whatever. Like, I even get anxiety, like, picking a partner.
Yep.
I'm like, fuck, who am I going to pick? This is going to be weird. It's like, who are you going to sit with at lunch in high school? But then I just think, they're feeling the same thing. Like, let's just get someone that you can help and they can help you. And as soon as you start doing it, as soon as you kind of start doing the technique over and over with the other person,
Right.
dude, it's nothing. They're as dumb as you are most of the time. It feels cool to learn together and to kind of help critique one another. And then at the end of the lesson, you're both better for it, and the whole gym's better for it.
So I started with Jeff Hines again because he was a purple belt at the time when he was teaching us
When did
boxing.
you start?
With
Because
Jeff?
he was in the garage, wasn't he? And
So
by the praying
that's where I
hands?
started, was in his garage.
Dude, so get this. We might have crossed paths. When I
probably
was in
did.
high school, I was 18, not high school. When I was in college, the first semester of college, 18, 19 years old. I have no idea how we found out about, but we found out about Jeff Hines. I say we as me and my friend who were going to Pitt. So we drove from Pitt. We got that first week for free. And Jeff trained me for a week because that's all I could afford at the time.
Right.
But dude, he taught me armbar and shrimps and things. And after that, I just shrimped all the time and practiced what I knew. But for that week, dude, I held on to that week for years. Just that's all I had to think about jiu-jitsu and fighting. And his dad, I forgot what you called him. Papa. He was like, dude, you got a cannon on you, talking to me. And I was like, oh, cool. So he had me over in the corner, like punching stuff. And it just felt good. Like I really wanted to be in that environment, but just too poor. And the drive was like 40 minutes from.
Because I was driving from Pitt.
You were too?
Yeah.
We could have carpooled.
Yeah.
God, we both could have been black belts by now. You know?
Well, I wasn't doing jiu-jitsu in the garage.
You were just doing straight.
I was just straight boxing. My dad met Jeff Hines at Academy Sports looking at boxing gloves. And I guess Dad was like grabbing me some Everlast. And, I think I was like in the shoes or something.
Yeah.
And I just come back over and my dad's talking to this guy. And he's like, hey, man, this is Jeff Hines. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I was kind of just a cocky, arrogant young kid.
Did you know the name? No, you're just like, I don't know. Jeff
I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, he wants to do, he used to be a professional boxer. He wants to do boxing lessons with you. And I'm like, Dad, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, okay. And they like got numbers and stuff. I think it was 2 weeks later. My dad made me go. He went with me. And we were in his garage. And he's like, I just want you to shadow box. I'm like, oh, God, this is so stupid.
Right.
Like, I've shadow boxed.
Yeah.
I did it. And he just stops the meet. Like, he's like, you got 3 minutes. And he like plays some, cheesy rock music or whatever.
Dun, dun.
Yeah, he has something stupid. Oh, that's not stupid, but
I know.
he stops it. He's like, all right, just stop.
Ooh.
He said, this is horrible.
Oh.
And I'm like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Who's he?
Uh-huh.
And then he made me do stupid line drills, jump rope down his long driveway, and then up it. And I told my dad, I was like, you wasted your money. I'm not going back. Dad's like, no, you're going back. I paid for a whole week.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and so he made me go. I think it was 2 weeks I was going, and I really didn't even throw a punch. I was just doing footwork, jump rope. I said, this is stupid. And then finally, it was just paying off. And I think it was shortly after he got his own little space. And then I met Austin, that kid. So he was young, like I said, I think 14 or 15, and he was just smoking all these grown-ups that would come in, and Jeff would yell at him, Austin, and then me and him would just go at it. And I'm he gave me the biggest fights right there. Right. Then all these other, a lot of thugs walked in acting like they were just.
Oh, of course.
And we just.
It's got to attract that.
And we loved those people to come in because
right.
it was just easy punching bag right there.
Right.
But me and him would just go at it. He was like, he's still fun kid.
Oh yeah, I love
kid.
Austin.
Yeah.
He's so technical with jiu-jitsu.
And limber.
Yeah.
I hate rolling with him because he's just flexible, just
fucking
so
pretzel,
flexible.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he's got me some 10th Planet stuff, which I think because Jeff was partly 10th Planet. So yeah, he's got me some 10th Planet stuff that's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. Jeff, dude, can't speak good enough about him, dude. Just like I said, just the week that I was exposed to him, like I carried those lessons with me for years and years and years. So to as much time as you spent around him, like
it was
unbelievable
awesome.
Foundational building,
It was cool. When I moved back from Hawaii, like I went up saw one of my buddies in Kansas City. That's where he's at now, and I got to go to his house and just like do mitts with him. Nice. And so now I created my own way. Like I took his boxing and then I made it my own. Yeah. And that's how I teach my guys. Where it's tricky for other real boxers. And then when I was just doing mitts with him, he's like, "Oh, you suck. Get your hands up." And I'm like, "Oh man."
Now this is when you came back from Hawaii.
Just
so let's rewind a little bit. So you fight that boxing match, and it doesn't go so well, then you come out on the other end and you say, I think I'm going to coach. So then how do you start doing that?
So I don't know how many fights I cornered. It was all the Fight Shop boys. I did all like TJ's amateurs, and I don't know if he was pro yet, but do you know Emery McReynolds? So he was from Columbus area.
Okay.
So he was around TJ's age, maybe a little younger, but that was another one that got away. That was just college wrestler. That was just a stud. I think he was like 6-0 as an AMI, and then just old injuries with his knees and stuff, you know, and he just like, I was like, he could have been out there, like,
damn.
Yeah.
Too bad CBD wasn't around for them knees.
Oh my God. That'd been so awesome.
So he just kind of pulled out after a while.
Yeah, he just, life happened.
Yeah.
But he was still one of the best he's actually trained at Glory now.
Okay.
Up in Kansas City. And
nice.
So he introduced me to like James Krause and all them. And so I took my coaching up a notch, just training like 3 times with James Krause.
Wow. How so?
Dude, he's just, how he talks to his student, he's just so smart. Like, I think I made a post a while back about all these coaches, like who I'd like to train under, but like really, like, dude, he's probably gonna be one of the best coaches out there pretty soon.
Wow.
If not now. I mean, he's just so smart.
Is he your age or
which one?
The
James?
one?
I think he's a little bit older than me.
Okay.
So he fights in the UFC, and
oh wow.
He was the one that like did the fight in Texas on like 4 days notice or something stupid like that, or maybe even less than that. I think it was actually less than that.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a stud, man.
How'd he do?
Oh, he did. He won.
What?
He lost, but he won.
Oh, I get you.
You know what I mean? Like
decision type stuff.
That's I think he's trying to overrule it, but
oh wow,
like,
you can do that.
You can. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
You can take it to, the higher ups and try to do like a ruling thing.
Wow. What was that, UFC or? Oh wow. I probably should watch that then.
Oh, dude, it's sick. I'm sure it's on YouTube or something. But yeah, kid's a stud.
Huh. And he's he's from Kansas City? Okay.
But anyways, so yeah, I did that fight. I thought I was 18. Maybe I was younger.
Sure.
Everything just blurs together.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Like I think I've been back for 2 years now, and it feels like yesterday I was working in Hawaii.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Totally.
And so me and my wife just said, screw it. And we moved. I told her, just give me 1 year.
Yeah.
I was actually a correctional officer then. Yeah, I'm trying to like put all my timeline together.
Yeah, right.
And she was a nursing student. She just graduated, and she said, screw it too. And we moved out there with my aunt.
Moved to Hawaii.
And I literally got a job within that week. The first people that called me, it was a boat company that I've always wanted to work on, and so I got paid to take people out fishing, scuba diving.
Nice.
I mean, it was a horrible job.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
Yeah. So
how big a boat?
Like 50-footer.
50-footer.
Big old catamaran.
Huh, okay.
Yep.
Like what sort of fishing?
So we just trolled.
Okay.
So we'd catch like mahi, ahi. I mean,
you keep it? You keep it all?
Yep.
What?
In the state of Hawaii, you can pay me to take you fishing, but I have every right to not to give you that fish. Yep.
But you do, right?
I mean, yeah.
But
yeah.
But if I was being a dick, you'd be like, well, have a nice day. This is my fish now. Oh,
we would take most of it and just give it out to most like the people that were just on the, like other fishermen on the dock, let them feed their family and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it was awesome.
Dude.
Just the experience was just,
the fishing perk would be worth it,
So a lot of people say that's expensive to live there, but I almost caught, we ate all the time.
Right.
Just good.
It's expensive to buy milk, but or whatever.
So that's funny because I would drink a gallon of milk in a week.
Holy shit! Because you're training,
I just love milk.
Dude, you gotta get a milk cow, bro.
Right? And so my wife's like, we can't do this anymore. It was like $8, almost $9 a gallon.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
and a gallon a week, dude.
Oh yeah, I would smash it.
That's you need a milk cow.
Now we're doing even more because of the kid.
Yeah, but it's a lot. It's a lot cheaper here.
Right. Oh gosh, yeah.
So you said a year, but you were there for longer than a year, weren't you?
Almost 5 years.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was cool. I lived on the west side of the island and
Kauai,
and I was like, me and my wife were like the only blue-eyed kids in that whole area.
Oh yeah.
That reminded me of the Midwest, like Kansas area and stuff. Just super low key.
Yeah.
Hot. but we had the state park right there, the beach.
Okay.
And then we could literally go up the mountains.
Huh.
And it was
Badass.
it was so sick.
I got a good friend that lives out there. Actually, the guy that married Kelsey and I,
Oh,
Adam
cool.
Ayers. Yeah, and we were talking on the phone a couple months back, and he's like, "What'd you do today?" I was like, "Oh, Dad and I took some cows out to the sale." And he's like, "You would be so surprised about how much agriculture is here in Kauai." He's like, "My backyard is a cow field." And I was like, "Wait," or a cow pasture. I was like, "Wait, what?" And he starts talking about how
Where
it's
he's at.
I could show you. I don't know exactly. I Google Earth at one time, but it made no sense to me.
Right.
But yeah, he's like, "Yep, we got the mountains up here, got the cow pastures over here, and the beach right there. It's awesome." I'm like, dude, you're living in paradise right now.
I call it Neverland.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sick.
Yeah. What in the world? Did you buy a house when you went out there? You just rented?
So I lived with my aunt for
Okay.
a few months, and I moved in with me and her moved in with my cousins. We went from living with each other to having like roommates, which was weird, you know,
Sure.
but they were family. And but we lived with them for a while, and then we kind of just finally found that one apartment that was above a guy's house.
Nice.
Hardcore Hawaiian.
Yeah.
That was just like hammered every day. Just
All right.
you'd find him in his yard just passed out and drinking Budweiser. You know, just
Neverland,
bottles
baby.
No, yeah, just like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Here's rent.
Yeah, exactly. But I think rent was like $1,000. But
Whoa.
literally right there,
Right.
ocean view, just
Yeah.
boom.
Oh, yep, that's worth it.
Yep.
I'd do
and
it.
then we found a bigger house because we got some dogs in, and then we had a house in Waimea, and then it was just like a ranch style house.
Yeah.
We had our own fenced in yard. We were like literally like 5 minutes from the beach, and it was like $1,600, but it was a three bed, two bath.
Yeah. That's actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah, so we were like rolling in money, which we weren't, but you know, other Hawaiians would see that. They're like, oh dang, these guys are loaded.
Yeah.
And, you know, they call you Howley, typical Howleys.
Howley? Like a wolf howl?
It's like, well, I mean, that's how you kind of say it.
Yeah.
But I think it means like person with no breath, like a white person.
No breath?
Yeah.
Howley.
Have you ever talked to Jeff, Pastor Jeff?
Yeah, not about.
So it was cool
this.
showing him stuff, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, and so like, sorry, I'm bouncing all over, but like, people always ask me, what's your favorite fight that you did? Like, it has to be Bellator, which was an amazing experience. But my coolest fight with TJ was going to Kauai and showing him, because he never came visit me, bum, you know? And so it was cool seeing him there and just showing him everything. Same with Pastor.
Yeah.
He was like a little kid in a candy store, like, oh, what's this? What's that? What's that?
Hell yeah.
You know, and I just, you know, I think TJ was doing a public speaking at this school.
Yeah.
And me and Pastor was taking pictures of the mountains and stuff. I was like, hey, come here, look at this grass right here. And he's like, what is that? I was like, just touch it, but don't like leave your finger on it. And so I did it first, and it's like these praying hands basically, and they go like this after you touch it. And those thorns will get stuck in your feet, and they hurt like crap.
Whoa.
They call them healy.
Okay.
And you step on them. So I supposedly back in the day when Captain Cook came over, he thought it was gross that all these naked people running around. He called them savages. So they brought this weed, they planted it, and then they're like, these people need to wear shoes. And so it's all over the island.
That bitch.
Yeah, so I had my
heck?
friend Emery that was coming over and would stay with us, and then we recycled big time over there, and I'm like, all right, just go throw it away. You don't need your shoes on. He's like, all right, cool.
Oh.
Just how it was so funny. I just
Dancing
set
out
him up.
there.
Oh yeah, dude. And you got thorns from there to like there. Like,
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, it'll drop you.
Oh, wow.
It's just so funny though.
Dang. Note to self, if you tell Ryan tells you to run, put your shoes on.
Yeah, don't do it.
That's crazy. How much, like, what is island life like if you
my
are
gosh.
the only white, blue-eyed?
It was so cool, dude.
Yeah.
Some people like to call them racist. I don't think they are. Like some of my best friends, I consider them family that are, over there.
Yeah.
You call them, you call your older, like somebody older than you, that's your uncle.
Right.
That's how you call them.
Yep.
Uncle, auntie is the girl.
Yeah.
And it was such like a family-oriented island. You know what I mean? It was, oh man, it was so amazing. Like, I don't know. It was cool. Like but if they know you don't belong there and they think you have like a hint of disrespect,
Right.
they can be mean.
Yeah.
And I was invited to this one gym that was on this guy's property called the Boar's Nest. And man,
That's not intimidating.
dude, like I was about to throw up before I even walked in.
Oh, wow.
He still fights on. He just fought on Bellator.
Oh, no way.
Dustin Barca, professional surfer, professional fighter. He ran for mayor. He's trying to fight the island right now because it's the #1 heaviest sprayed, pesticides in the world's right there on Kauai.
Wait, what?
Yeah, dude.
Wait, what's going on?
GMO and all that crap.
Uh-huh.
Like, dude, like he just did a documentary on YouTube.
Okay.
Like, you definitely gotta check that out.
What's that called?
If you just like do Kauai like pesticides, it'll pop up
Don't
or
make
something.
fun of me. It's that, right?
Yep.
Almost. I take full advantage of Google's autocorrect.
But if you
There's a PBS part on it.
like if
There's
you
a
go
couple
to like
news.
Barca, Barca. I mean, that's him.
Is that him?
There, yeah, dude, the guy's a legend.
1 year and a half ago, we were standing by the airport with 25
That's him?
people
Yeah, that's him.
wondering
Is that his
what the
wife?
hell was going on
I don't know who
around
that is.
here.
He's
He looks
just
like a fighter, too.
dude. He's mean.
And we were wondering how we would bring the knowledge we knew about what these companies are doing on our island.
So he got something passed.
Everybody else.
This is
So,
2013.
I think this was when he was. He was running for mayor,
The March in March
and,
was our first step at creating
bro. He is
a
just.
movement for a better tomorrow for our
Check out that one. That
So
looks-
people that were like all the boat people I worked with.
Uh-huh.
When I call them boat people, it's because they're just transplants from all over
Right,
the United States.
right.
Most of them, some of them were local boys, but those were just like the local boys that were like just turned 18 or something.
Right, needed some money.
Yep. And there he is, like just starting all these marches and stuff.
Huh.
He is, dude. I love that dude. People would always be like, all those boat people would be like, oh man, he's scary, or freaking Dustin Barker. I'm
Well,
like,
he
you know
looks
what?
scary. Look at his ears.
Every time I've met him, like, how's your wife doing? How's the
Yeah,
family?
of course.
Just
Yeah, of course.
he is just a stud, man.
I'm definitely watching that later.
Yeah, dude,
It
it's
looks
so
good.
sick.
That looks really good.
But jiu-jitsu is a religion down there,
Oh, I'm sure.
and that was the only thing. 'Cause with TJ down there, we were just so busy,
Yeah.
trying to show these other people like the island, but he's actually cutting weight still,
Right.
and then going to all these schools and talking. You know what I mean? Like,
Sounds like TJ.
who does that?
TJ.
TJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I experienced the island, of course, before them. I had my boat people that were just partiers, hardcore. And then I'd have my training guys that were just the local brothers that would this one kid, his name was Dom. He gave me a sticker that said Island Brotherhood. He said, put that on your truck, bro. Nobody mess with you.
Nice.
And he's like, you're the only Holly boy that would be rocking it, though.
Right, right.
Just like, to me, I still have it on there. You
Yeah,
know what I
right.
mean? It's just, it's cool. I forgot what we were really even talking about, but
A couple of things, but keep going. You're good.
yeah, but like, so it was cool. Like, and so, that's what I was going to say. So I experienced the island so good, and I was like, I don't need to experience anything else. And then I went there with TJ, and he's like, hey, we're going to speak at the school. I don't like talking in front of anybody. I don't know.
No, I don't either.
I just like hanging out with people, but like, I think I have a decent story, to share and talk. And then how he was just talking to those kids, and man, these kids were just coming over, and, some of them knew that I lived there before. And like,
Yeah.
it was just, man, they're just hanging all over you, and just, you saw it in their eyes. And I'm like, man, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was just probably one of the coolest experiences I've ever done.
That's all.
It's
Did
just-
you spoke?
I didn't really speak, like,
Yeah.
he did his thing, and then I did mitts with him in front of all the kids, and they're all
Yeah.
screaming. But like, after like they stopped talking, where all the centers on me, like all these kids would just come up, circle us, like me signing autographs, and
so cool.
it was cool because they're like, oh, you're his coach, so
Yeah.
I want your autograph.
You're like, all right.
And I look over there, you got the pastor signing autographs. I'm like, what are you? I was like,
That's awesome.
and I love him.
great.
I love giving him crap. And I was like, what are you doing signing autographs? He's like, I don't know. He just, it was just
I
awesome.
can so see that,
yeah,
dude.
it was
He'd be like,
cool.
okay.
Yeah,
He's so cool, dude.
he's funny.
That's great.
But yeah, it was, man, the times over there were just so sick. And they're actually getting weird over there because of this whole thing going on.
That's what my friend told me, because he's like, what was it? He's like, have you ever been out here? And I'm like, I've never been.
Yeah.
He goes, anytime you want, come on out. We got a car and a place to live for,
That's all you need.
I was like, okay. And then these flights dropped like way cheap. It's like $500 to get out there.
Dude.
And I was like, hey, it's pretty cheap right now. You think I can come out? Like, no, it's quarantine. It's shut down. They have a curfew from, I don't know, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. every night. No one can leave. No one go out. You have to be quarantined for 2 weeks if you fly in or whatever. Like, it's way crazier.
They made arrests.
It's what?
They made arrests because they were like checking people's backstory when you'd show up at the airport. They're like, all right, where you staying at? Well,
right.
And, you know, they're telling these people, this family that was like from Texas, like, all right, where you staying at? And they're like, oh, the Hyatt. And they're like, all right, cool. Well, you're going to be quarantined in a room for 2 weeks. Like, well, there goes our vacation.
Yeah.
They're like, well,
sorry.
Tough.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Well, and I understand it's like crazy, but you got to understand it's an island. It's if something were to break out there, it's not like you can hop to another state or something.
Can't hide from it.
No. And there's one hospital probably for the whole island? Yeah. Good
one
luck.
big hospital, yeah.
Yeah, but what if everyone gets it at once?
Oh, yeah.
It's like if you quarantine Joplin and you're like, and then one person had COVID, how long would it take? If you didn't take the precautions, it would be quick, you know? So it makes sense, but it was like, damn, that's lockdown.
And supposedly there's only like 65,000 to 70,000 people on the island. I mean,
oh really?
But
so that's about Joplin.
You go to one of these bars called like Kalapaki Joe's, which was one of my favorite little bars to go to. You'd go there and watch a Manny Pacquiao fight.
Yeah,
bro,
a lot of people,
a lot of Filipinos.
Yeah,
you'd be like, whoa, where did all these guys come from?
right.
I was literally, my wife's like, we are literally the only white people watching this. I'm like, well, it's Manny Pacquiao, so we got to watch it.
Yeah, hell
I mean,
of course.
But there's just so many people,
right?
And they're just visiting all over.
That's what I was gonna say. If so let's say you have 70,000 island people, like people like actually hometown folks. How many people are visiting?
Oh my gosh,
daily, weekly. Thousands and thousands and thousands.
They said Oahu, which is the island next door. Like, they said that one. Like, there's so many Asians from like Japan. You know, I mean,
it's right there.
Yeah,
it's quick. Quick little hop across the pond.
I forgot how far or how long the flight was, but like, that's just a big city. Like I talked to some California people that were from LA. They're like, we didn't even like the traffic over in Oahu. Like, that was worse than LA traffic.
Yeah,
and
I've heard that as well. I've heard that as well.
But we were on the boats, and I met these people from Switzerland. And when I was working, they had Branson, Missouri shirts on. I was like, what's that? They're like, that's our Disney World. And I was like, what? Yeah. They thought, I mean, I've met so many people that were obsessed with Branson, Missouri.
What? Yeah. I mean, it's
from
cool.
Other countries.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Really? That's okay. That's fine. Whatever. That's cool. I need to go again, I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
I haven't been for a while. Last time was probably, 12 bumper boats and go-karts. Dude, let just take a second. The bumper boats and go-karts alone is worth a weekend trip.
Oh, man.
The I don't know what it's called, but there's one go-kart track that's all wooden, and it's got like three decks or whatever.
I think it's called something like the Big Wood or something.
Well, it's a beautiful name.
Yeah.
Whoever did that needs an award. But dude, that alone is amazing. Like for a kid or even like a 30-year-old guy like us, like you can have endless fun on the go-karts.
I mean, I'm kind of excited when the daughter gets a little bit older. So
man, and then magic shows and all that kind of stuff.
God, yeah.
And so maybe I should go back. I haven't been there for a while. That's cool, dude. So did you train jiu-jitsu before Hawaii? Or you just
I always
dabbled?
made fun of. I dabbled.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't need that.
Yeah,
you can't take me down. You know what I mean? Like, I'll knock you out for you. I had that weird mentality, and then I actually started working at the corrections office in Pittsburgh, Girard, Kansas, and then I started doing a little bit more jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
and that was it's actually at Rise Jiu-Jitsu now.
Oh yeah,
but like I started training kids there. Me, Andrew Brown, and all them. And that's when, I don't know, Andrew Brown's probably like a blue belt then. But like me and him grew up together.
Okay.
And
he's good.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Choked me a few times.
We always would like, man, we'd have a good gym together.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't want to be back in Pittsburgh, which,
right.
I mean, he's doing great. I'm so stoked that they're booming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great school.
They said they had like 40 people on the mats that one night. And I'm like,
wow.
Dang, dude.
Dude, I believe it.
Yeah. I mean,
believe it.
Look at Mat Club.
Yep.
They're getting busy.
Yeah. Well, Pittsburgh's kind of unique. Yeah, they are. Pittsburgh's kind of unique because they have Pitt State.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of these younger guys and girls too that are interested in doing something. A lot of them have just came out of high school where they had a sport,
right,
and now it's gone.
Yep.
And they're getting their bachelor's. And it's like that's kind of where I was. I played football, decided not to go on to college, maybe not.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if I had an option or not. You know, but I was like, okay, I'm done with this football thing. And then I was like, what do I do? I didn't really have anything for a long time. And then when I stumbled upon jiu-jitsu, it was like, this is it. This gives me a reason to cut my fingernails and to work out, you know.
When I say I dabbled, like, it's like I thought of that about the whole boxing thing. I was like, you're not gonna take me down. But then it's like, I think it just kicked my butt every time. All the practices.
Yeah.
I got tired of getting choked out, but then but Hawaii was when I just kept going back to, because I was the outsider,
Right.
but now I have all these other kids that were like the local boys where like I was fine on the island after that. Yeah. And it was cool because I was his first black belt.
Nice. What rank are you?
It was just a blue belt.
Blue belt.
Yeah. When I said just a blue belt, I wish I could go back as a white belt, because now you get all these savage white belts that are just huge. Just want to, you know,
access to YouTube and all that crap. And it's like, that's not fair. Yeah, dude.
But I think jiu-jitsu helped me when I was working for the sheriff's department.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
Oh my gosh.
Well, how many cops come in, or policemen or troopers come in? And like, I'm thinking of Jeff. I never would have thought Jeff was a cop. And then as we're rolling, it's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
It's like, don't arrest me.
Yeah.
It's cool though. Like, those guys are really cool. And it actually, for them, it's pretty important to have that knowledge.
And when I worked over there, it was jiu-jitsu was just kind of getting big, but like none of them really like trained that. And I think every cop should do it. Holy
don't you guys
crap.
do, I say you guys, like authority figures, don't they do like Krav Maga a lot, or Aikido or yeah, all that kind of stuff?
To me, like so we had this meth head one time that was like trying to stab.
That'd be
like,
a good roll.
Yeah. He had one of those little syringes and was trying to stab us, and this, we call them the Sally Port, you know, the little garage where they'd bring the inmates in, and just like, I think, I don't know if I should say it, but I hit him, and then I picked
allegedly
double legged him, just got side control, you know, Kimura, then dropped the needle, and I was like, this was awesome. That was awesome.
Right.
You know,
now you're hooked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I actually got a good rep through the sheriff's department, just not with the sheriffs. I mean, they're family friends and stuff.
Right.
It was because some of the inmates actually fought in high school.
Oh, okay.
Just being stupid and young, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when I first started, I was doing an internship there when I was in college, and I was like walking, and I just heard, Mosburg, is that you? I look in, I was like, I fought all three of these kids in high school. And so like, they're like, man, that kid can fight. And like, it was kind of cool. Yeah. They were in there for, a while.
Whatever,
One's in prison, but it was neat just to be like, I didn't really have to prove myself like some of these cops do. I mean,
right.
Oh man, dude.
I can't imagine.
That's
a very difficult hierarchy to prove yourself in, you know.
It's so you walk into these pods and there's like 40 inmates, and you're just doing cell checks.
What's a cell check? Make sure it's locked.
Just literally I'm going through their crap. Just making sure they don't have any shanks, extra pins, extra paper. I don't really care about that stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just looking for the drugs, shanks and stuff.
This is when you bring them in.
No, this is where they're staying at now. This is actually their housing unit. So we call those pods, and you'd open up, and it's upstairs, and there'd be like, I think the most could, not 40, but the most could stay in there was like 23 or 20, something like that. But it was
That's
cool.
a lot, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Right? That seems like a lot.
I had respect, so none of them, I've only had one time where they kind of, of course, I was the first person when we got the new tasers in to shoot somebody. And then they're like, oh, of course.
Right.
Mosburg shot. I shot like a 7-foot, like 290-pound woman.
What?
Oh, gosh.
What?
Just dropped her.
Are you kidding?
No, she was scary. She was like a professional wrestler on meth.
Oh, my God.
Huge. And so I got called into the office because they had, we don't have cameras in the pods, but you can see through the hallway. And they're, the higher ups are talking to me, and they're like, just explain what happened. I think she was just basically threatened me.
Yeah.
Because she was, huge. I'm 5'9". I'm just looking up at this monster.
Oh, my God.
Of course, every inmate's at the window watching.
Yeah,
I'm
I would
like,
be too.
if I get my butt whooped,
that's not good.
It's not good. I'm going to have to fight a girl.
Yeah.
Or
right.
I thought she was a girl at the time, but she was so big, and it just kind of.
Was she a girl?
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
But like on the video, it just showed me like talking to her and like I'm pointing at her, and I just like Western style pulled it from my hip and shot her.
Nice.
Just dropped her, and then like I stood over and I like looked at the window and I'm like, and it kind of looked like she really wasn't a threat.
Right.
So I kind of got chewed out, but
If the camera would have been a different angle, you would have seen the threat. Most
Probably
likely.
not.
Oh yeah. Okay. I hear
kind
it.
of, this is all.
You got new tasers and you wanted to use them. I can't imagine being in that sort of environment, dude. Like even just picturing it now as you talk about it, like I'm a little bit on edge.
I had a headache every day when I got home.
Yeah,
Just because like it was like an adrenaline dump.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when you like those jobs, like when you go to work and you're comfortable,
Yeah.
that's when crap happens and you mess up, and that's when you get hurt, I think.
Oh, no doubt.
Just
Not taking the necessary steps or the precautions or whatever.
we had one guy that was a murderer, right? And so I was in there, and he was a big dude too, and I got in trouble from that one too because I was playing checkers with him while the first UFCs, when they were like coming on Spike and stuff.
Okay.
We were watching those on there, and I was like playing, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Playing checkers with Chuck before bedtime."
Yeah, right. Gee.
But it was so they kind of cut down on all that crap, and
Right.
but it was cool. Like I got to go to all like big prisons, like Leavenworth and stuff, and like do prisoner. Like that was my big thing I got to do, was prison transports.
Oh, okay.
And I loved that.
Yeah.
That
How
was
come?
just it was cool. I mean, you were literally on the road. You got your vest on, you got your gun, like
SWAT style type
SWAT style.
feel.
You got a lady in the back or a dude in the back that's going to trial or going to a different prison. You're taking these smaller criminals to the big prisons, or you're picking up a big prisoner and bringing them back for court. Like my scariest one was right before we already knew I was leaving. So we were moving to Hawaii, and it was like in a week or two.
Yeah.
And me and one of our other COs was transporting a guy that was ratting, that was testifying.
Oh, dear God.
And one of the inmates that was in our jail was like, he has a hit on, and,
of course.
of course.
Yeah.
Which they're cool to me because, like, when I would take them to prison, I'd stop by Burger King, McDonald's, whatever.
Right.
And just get, I'd pay for it.
Yeah.
That saved, that's, to me, that's just, like, you're going to be in there for a while.
Yeah.
Just, I don't care what you did, like, really,
Right.
but here you go.
Right.
But,
That's cool.
we were taking him back to Kansas, and he had to go to the bathroom, and he was just like, I gotta, I'm gonna go in this back seat, you're gonna clean it up. And then I'm like, I told the girl at the time, I was like, I don't really want to stop, but since I was the only male officer, I had to go in there with them. But like full on gun, just like you gotta check all the doors. I mean, it's just like you're just sweating. And then when we finally got back on the road, everything was okay, and we're just driving, and then tornado warning.
Oh.
I mean, I text my wife, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to make it.
Yeah, no joke.
This is going to be, I'm like, we're just going about 100 miles per hour. Oh man, dude, it was scary.
Getting dark and
Oh
all that
yeah,
kind of,
it was the Erie.
And what could you have done? Not just pull over, I guess, which is just as dangerous.
You're right. I mean, you need to take the bad storm or somebody out there that wants to.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought was going to happen. Is like there was this car following us, and
We've had some.
You never know.
Yeah, we had some where there was a cop just shot, like in, where was it? Maybe Tulsa. Tulsa was probably one of the scariest prison or not county jails actually that I've been to. You ever watch Live PD?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's
I will
cool.
now.
Yeah, they do a lot of Tulsa episodes, and it's just freaky. Just gangs and stuff.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
I'm just from a small town, and to see that culture, like I would go to work, and then but we'd come home. But I'm so fascinated with all these prisoners and stuff. We'd always watch like jail and stuff. My wife would get tired of it. It's just like, you do this every day. Why do you want to watch it?
Right.
I don't know. I still do it to this day.
Yeah.
I love watching 60 Days In and everything. Just blows my mind how smart these people actually really are.
Right.
Like the things they make, like how to hang their clothes. They make these, they're very, the men are artistic.
Yeah.
Women, I've always noticed that were really horrible at doing tattoo art, but like the guys were just always just that much better at it. I don't know why.
Right.
But it was cool seeing that, and But once, like, so if you put them on an island, they'd have the coolest stuff ever.
Yeah.
But once it was food time, they'd probably all die because they're just waiting by the door. They, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
They don't
What
know
do
how
they
to
do?
cook. They don't, nothing.
That's so interesting.
Oh man, it was it was a cool time.
You know what would be so cool, and you should do this. You should write a book on like inmate psychology. Because that alone, dude, or I'll do it for you.
But yeah,
just the thought of, like you said, what comes out of a person when they're locked down. Like, what would you do if you were just confined in this space? Like, what would come out of you after a while? Would you become more artistic? Would you tap into some sort of deeper thing, or like folding clothes, like you said? Like,
it was weird.
I don't think about that shit.
No.
But if you were in there for a long time and you're looking at your clothes, you might do something like that, you know?
Like they'd have like a box of cards and they'd just build these like art pieces.
Yeah.
And just like, I don't know, they're just so bored. So they literally, there's a time that they sleep and eat, of course.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I think when I first started, the Sons of Anarchy season 1 came out, and they're all watching that, which is one of my favorite shows. I'm like, should we be letting these guys watch Sons of Anarchy, man?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Gonna get them all pumped up.
Yeah. But during the day was the coolest part because they were just so bored.
Yeah.
And so that's when you'd see them kind of like just drawing or whatever.
Right.
I never knew, like, I would learn some stuff from like mustard stained cement.
Mustard stains. Cement.
So they, all these pictures, they would be drawing pictures
In
so
mustard.
So we had to take the mustard away from them because they're staining all this, you know, doing their swastikas on their little groups they would have, you know. And you'd see, like, it was just like high school. You'd see the cliques.
Sure. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And
That's so strange.
during the day, I was always busy because you dealt with the lawyers, take them to court,
Right.
just the crap you really don't want to deal with. And then from 4 o'clock to the 12 o'clock shift, it was always kind of like, you know, they're getting pumped up. They know the day shift's going home. And so these guys, this is when they start working out and stuff. And you're like, man.
God.
And then I liked the midnight crew because they're supposedly they're already sleeping. But then they started watching UFC fight nights.
Oh, okay.
So then on Friday nights, they'd be having their Friday night fights.
Fight Club.
Yep.
That's badass.
And I'm not going to say a name, but he used to fight, and he's a good dude. He's still one of my friends, but he was in there. And I like walked in because I heard some noise, and I wasn't actually supposed to be working that night. And I walked around. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, hey man, I'm just giving him some boxing lessons." Like, I don't want these guys to know how to box.
No, right?
No,
Don't do
God,
that.
No. So it was neat. I don't know. I think about, like, what if I was a criminal? Like, what would I do?
Right.
Would I be a good one? I don't know.
I think about that too.
Yeah.
You know, like if I was gonna rob a bank, what would I do differently?
One of my favorite shows, Point Blank.
What's that?
Or Point Blank, Break Point.
Breakpoint.
What am I thinking of? I just went blank. The mask, gosh dang it. The bank robbers that were surfers.
Ball knoppers. What? That's from Branson.
Yeah. Great show.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it.
Oh,
You know,
the Animal Kingdom one.
that was a good one too.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
actually
yeah.
like that show.
Yeah.
What am I talking about? Patrick Swayze. Keanu Reeves.
Oh boy, dude, I'm drawing blank.
It's gonna come to me. It's like one of my favorite shows. I'm really embarrassed right now. My wife's gonna watch this and yell at me.
She's like, "Brr." She's just screaming at you. I don't know at all. They're thieves.
Yep, right there. Point Break, right?
Point Break. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought.
Never
yeah.
seen it, bro.
What?
I've never
Oh
seen
my
it.
gosh, dude!
I know what I'm watching tonight.
Because
An
he's the
FBI
re-
agent goes undercover to catch a gang of surfers who may be bank robbers. Dude, that actually sounds pretty good.
like this is the only reason why
1991.
just great movies like that makes you do stupid things.
Isn't that funny?
I mean, I've always wanted to rob a bank because of that now.
Everyone wants to rob a bank. I mean, that's like Ocean's 11. They rob a
Right.
casino, which is a bank. But yeah, they, you know, those sort of stories to a guy like at least me, probably you too, I'm not in that caliber, dude. I would not make it at all. I would fail.
I could
But
never
it's fun
point
to-
a gun at somebody. Like,
I
you know
don't
what
think
mean?
I could either. No, I don't think. I play a lot of Call of Duty, and as far as it goes, you know, I haven't got the genetics for it. I'm a sunshine and rainbows. I'm a hippie, bro. But jujitsu's fun.
Yep. I was gonna say, like, you got like over in Hawaii, we'd have the hippies.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That would do jujitsu, and then you get the hardcore local boys that were like kind of in their surfing cliques that, you know, like you said, like we did like 40-minute warm-ups and I'm already toasted.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was so, ugh. And then I just, like the first year was rough doing that with them.
Yeah.
Second year got a little bit better, but then the third year I was just in the clique. And that was cool. And like they knew I was moving home and everything. And they gave me my blue belt, which was pretty awesome.
Hell yeah.
And so like I was, my first tournament I did over there, literally the only white kid. So I brought my buddy, one of my best friends over there. His name's Jacob, big old tall redhead.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And, oh yeah, it's so funny. He's such a mouth. And then my wife were there, the only 2 white people in the whole crowd. It was awesome.
Watching the one white guy.
So I'm fighting all these, they call it fighting over there. A lot of jiu-jitsu people hate calling it that.
Right.
I just call training. I mean, we won't get into that politics, but they call it over there, that's a fight, you know. And I just remember seeing, like I was going against this guy and he had like 20 pounds on me. And because he didn't have anybody in his weight class, so they dropped him down.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. No,
and I just picked him up, body slam. Oh, just double legged him hard. Got an arm bar. Boom. I think I fought him like 2 more times.
Oh wow.
But his family were like, "F that Holly up," like super like
aggressive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I literally saw him at the bar. Like after that, we went for victory beers, and he was just there with like 15 children. It looked like, you know, just like. Whole house, he's like whole house, bro. I'm like, good job. Yeah. And then, you know, the ref's like, yo, bro, like I know you used to be a, you know, NCAA wrestler or something stupid. And I just looked at him like, that's a compliment because a lot of my friends are wrestlers, never wrestled a day in my life.
Right. You? No, he was saying the other guy.
No, he was talking to like, he had to, just because I took him down.
Oh.
He was just like, oh, yeah, I know you wrestled in college. I'm like, what are you? I just laughed at him. I was like, bro.
Bad news for you.
Yeah. I was like, I'll bring all my wrestling buddies over here.
Yeah.
And you guys will lose your mind.
Right. Do not call me that. That is disrespectful to all the wrestlers.
Oh, yeah. To me, it was like, that's a compliment. But
yeah,
super disrespectful to people that actually really wrestle.
Wow. So how did you end up winning that tournament?
I actually got double gold. And I was just like,
nice.
I told my wife, I was like, oh, man, like, I'm, you know, like, you just, when you do that, like over there, it was just, to me, it was just really, you know, emotional. It was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Called my dad right away. You know, and I was just like, guess what I just did?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Double gold.
And then, I got my blue belt. I trained my butt off for like, I think I did like 3 other tournaments over there. I went to Oahu, so it was the bigger island.
Yeah.
So this one, I fought like almost 16 people. See, I'm saying it now.
Damn, dude.
No, but we rolled against 16 people. I tore my meniscus a little bit. I just remember just getting my ass kicked. Well, I mean, I got my ass kicked, but like I still got second place.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
That's still good.
See, I got second place in no
go.
gi, and then third place in gi.
Okay, nice.
And so, man, me and the white, I just black eyes. These guys were just elbowing, headbutting. I was like, man.
Yeah.
But to me, it was cool, and that's when I got my blue belt. Was when I actually I was like, I didn't win. You know what I mean? And he was like, you're my first, blue belt.
Wow.
But it's huge because you're my first, outsider.
Right.
And he already knew I was moving back, so he's like a brother till the end. His name's Luke Hacker, like black belt under Longman Jiu-Jitsu, which, and then Barca, I think he just got his black belt under them. But like, they were like talking on the phone one day. Oh, everybody say hi to Hoyler. Like what?
Oh, like
Hoyler.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Excuse me.
Yeah. And so, then like 3 weeks after I won the double gold and stuff, I'm sitting at the bar. We drank a lot in Hawaii. Every day's a Saturday.
Yeah.
So we're over there, and Mandy's like, my wife is Mandy. She's like, this guy looks familiar over here. And I was like, holy crap, Hoyce, just hanging out.
No shit.
Yeah. Did you know that he comes to Kansas, I guess, all the time to hunt?
No.
He told me that when I told him I was from Kansas. He like freaked.
What
like,
part?
Like around the Fort Scott area, he said.
What?
Yeah. So
we need to nab that dude.
Yeah, dude.
We need to be like, I will guide you.
I wonder who. I'm
Fort
really
Scott.
Who he works with.
Did he say what he hunts?
I think he said it was just deer, turkey, and stuff, and
A little bit of waterfowl or something?
I think maybe.
Bro, I got some hunting connections. I will put my feelers out and see if I
Right,
can
dude.
locate
I mean,
this man.
how amazing would that be?
He'd probably be pissed. Be just like, hey, if I'm in if someone takes me down, he's like,
Yeah.
shut up.
Yeah.
I need to kill a deer.
It'd be so sick though. Just I mean, so he did a tournament, or not a tournament. He did a seminar over there, but I had to work that day, and so I was super bummed. But I guess like his big thing he likes doing is like taking guns away from people, like self-defense kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
Which I mean,
It's kind of like JW.
You're right.
JW
Right.
does
Yep.
a lot of that.
And of course, it would be sick. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't care if Hoist is like, hey, I'm gonna teach you how to knit something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just a legend.
Yeah, dude. That's so cool so that's cool that he comes to Fort Scott. So is Hawaii like a hot spot for that kind of stuff? I'm guessing.
I think so.
It's a hot
I mean, a
spot
lot
for
of
most
Brazilians.
things. Yeah.
I mean,
Similar climate and everything.
just
but
so it's not boring there, but like there's cliques. You surf, you fish, or you're just that.
There's some hunting there too, right?
Yeah, they
the
do a lot
axis
of
deer and
they
shit.
do- the axis deer. So the axis deer, supposedly we have some on the island, which I
Okay.
think we do, but I've never seen one.
Okay.
was over-
They're on a different island.
Right. Supposedly they're more on like Maui and stuff.
okay,
But
okay.
the boar's huge there.
Yeah. Like uncontrollable population.
The only ones I would ever see was like babies or like maybe 100-pounder or whatever. But like I've seen these boys come back from the mountains and just bring these monsters down that would just destroy a dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just monsters.
Yeah.
Like on an island.
Yeah, it's
You know what I
crazy.
mean? We met this guy at a beach and we were just having he's like, hey, you guys want some curry? I'm like, that's weird, but okay. And it was goat curry. Like they
that
hunt a
sounds
bunch of
good.
goat up there and
Oh,
stuff.
they hunt the goat?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was great.
I've never had goat curry. Wife makes good curry.
See-
I've had good Thai curry.
And I've never had curry at all.
Oh,
Did all of a
you're
sudden
spoiled,
like, yeah,
dude.
goat curry.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
That is awesome.
But
So that we have, I don't know, do you have a problem there with boar and pigs and whatnot?
I think they do up in the mountains, but
Right. Because that's what's happening here, specifically in Texas,
Right.
is that the pig population's like crazy. Because we did a night vision rental video, and do you listen to the Art of Manliness podcast with
I know
Brett
what you're talking
McKay?
about, yeah.
So Brett McKay came with us hunting. He was like our
that's
guest
awesome.
hunter, and we had all the goggles and the scopes and everything. But we worked with a company called Last Shadow, and it's a helicopter company that takes you up, gives you machine guns, gives you these ARs, these nasty military grade ARs, and you kill as many pigs as you want. Like, it's crazy. There's no limit. You just shoot. You just let them lie because there's too many.
Right.
They have piglets at 6 months. Every 6 months, a sow can have piglets. They cause millions of dollars in damages, like to farm. Like they will wreck a farm.
okay.
So you just waste. Yeah, you can just decimate the population, but you can't.
Right.
That's the problem.
That's cool.
So I was wondering if Hawaii would have that problem too, especially on an island, dude.
They hunt, like their hunting's just different to what I was growing up. Like I'm not a hunter by any means, but
Yeah.
like I think I did like deer once, turkey once,
Yeah.
whatever. But to me, we'd sit there, you'd call them in,
Right.
you shoot them. These guys hunt with like 30 freaking dogs.
Yeah. Right.
And they just wait till the dogs are on top of them, and then they jump on their backs with the knife and just sticks
Yeah.
it. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. Some old Okie boys do that around
Yeah,
here.
I'm
I've
sure,
Heard,
yeah.
I've heard them do that,
Yep.
which is like, dude, good for you.
Yeah, no,
I
thank
don't
you.
want to do
No,
that.
thank you.
Maybe one time. Maybe just once.
I did noodling once,
Oh, no shit. I'm too scared to do that.
and I was terrified. I didn't catch anything. Just, I was right there with him doing it.
Did he catch? Did they?
Yeah.
I can't do that kind of stuff.
I stuck
did it
my
once.
hand in the hole.
That's what
and
I
it was
did.
just like, no thanks.
About threw up.
Yep.
Just like, 5, 4,
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Here we go. What the hell's in here? Loch Ness monster or a?
God.
I just think of the old. Did you go to Bass Pro as a kid in Springfield?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that giant
Yeah.
fucking alligator snapping turtle
Yep.
that was like it was like 100 years old.
Take your freaking hand off.
Oh, easy. That's what I'm thinking when we go noodling, and I only went once, and that's it. I'm just like, that's what's in here. Is this ancient creature that's about to rip my arm off?
And I'm
People
more
love it, dude.
Yeah,
People
and
love
I'm more nervous about just around this whole area, like Grand Lake. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know what's in there.
No. I've heard stories.
I've heard stories.
And they're terrifying.
So the coolest thing was so I worked on, like I said, boat. We traveled to this other island called Niihau. It was the Forbidden Island where all these locals lived on. You can't
locals, like tribal
stuff?
local.
Okay. Like you cannot step foot on there, right? So, but we always did a great snorkeling spot because it's just there's this wall we called vertical awareness, and so we'd be like, first off, you're looking at the boat. So my job was to jump off the front of the boat with a rope, or we call them lines over there, and you'd swim down about. The most I had to swim down to tie up, I think, was like 15, 20 feet down. No tank, no air. And you'd put it through a little thimble and bring it up, and that's what we tied the boats off.
Okay. That's like your anchor.
You're right. Nothing was more creepier than just jumping off that boat.
Yeah.
I always did that. When I jumped in, I always did that. You know, I just, you know what I mean? Like, I never watched any movies that dealt with the water.
Nope.
When I started working there.
Hell no.
Nope.
You can't have that in your mind.
You cannot have that in your mind. So the first time I think I did it was over there. I tied it off, and then you look, and then my captain's like, just go over the wall. That's what we called it. That's vertical awareness. I'd swim over, and you just float over this wall that just dropped out like 200, 300
Oh,
feet.
my God.
You could still see the ripples in the sand.
Oh.
And so the coolest was when whale season was around.
That'd be cool.
You used to see the whales, and that was really neat. But like, I took my dad scuba diving over there when they first time visited, and it was neat for him to see his first shark.
What kind?
Probably Galapagos.
Galapagos shark? I don't know what that looks like.
So they're like fat and big, like a tiger shark without the stripes.
Are they dangerous?
I mean,
well, they definitely don't look like you want to fuck with them.
no. I mean, they're mean looking.
They're cool. So how big are they?
Oh man, I think the biggest one I saw was probably like a 12-footer.
12 foot. Oh man. Yeah, they're like they almost remind me of like a white tip or like a black tip.
Right. And so we had a ton of those too, but like it was so funny. Like I turned around, cool. It was just me and my buddy Cole that was diving with my dad, and so like, because we weren't working that day, we were just on the boat for fun, and I just like turned around and I was like, ah, shit, there's two of them right behind him, just following my dad.
Ooh.
And I was like, you know, give him a thumbs up, and he's like all so stoked, you know, and I said, you know, shark, and he turns around, and you saw these bubbles shoot out of his mouth. He just, when he does, you just see him sinking. So we were like at probably 60 feet there, and then he sunk to like 89 to almost 100. So I just swam down and grabbed him because he was so stoked. And then, of course, the sharks are looking down like, hey, what's he doing?
Yeah, right.
And so they swam all the way down, too.
Oh, shit.
And it was cool. So I took my wife on a shark dive in Oahu where they
Shark dive.
Oh, yeah. So they chum the water. When I say dive, we're not in cage. All right. So we had like almost.
They chum the water? Like on purpose?
They say they don't, but there's no way in hell that they don't chum this water before we come out. You can still see like particles and stuff in the water and stuff, and dude, 60 to 80 to 100 of them. I mean, all over.
These kind?
Galapagos, mainly like black tip, white tip.
Okay.
Your occasional tiger shark, which, if you know, since I worked on the boat, that's like your dream.
The tiger shark,
something to come through like that. You know,
yeah.
We got the GoPro. I was good at free diving there.
Yeah.
The most I've ever been down was probably like 89 feet down, just no tank, just
shit.
Oh yeah, dude, like it was sick.
How did you just build up your breath work?
I had to. Yep.
Yeah.
And we had like these little mouthpieces you put in, and it just help your lungs and stuff. But so all these sharks are just swimming around. My wife was like, she thought it was the coolest thing ever. She was mad at first when I was telling her we're going to do this. We were with this German group straight from Germany, and she just like kept like creeping up on me, and I'm like, Mandy, back up. You know,
in the water?
Yeah. And I was like, these guys are gonna, you know, they can like sense, you know, us being nervous. You know what I mean?
Right.
And she's like up in my grill, and I'm like, will you back up? She's like, this guy's like freaking out behind me.
Oh.
And I look at him. This guy's literally crawling on her back every time a shark swim. So I just grabbed his head, bounced it off the boat, and I was like, back up. You know,
Underwater?
Oh yeah. He actually climbed up on the boat and got back up, just got out.
Oh
that.
yeah.
But like to me, like knowing that's a tour, that doesn't scare me. Like when you're down there swimming or something, and you're like tying up the boat, and you got to watch people, then all of a sudden you look and you just see a fin go by, like, and you're like, all right, where'd it go? Oh, that's the most terrifying feeling ever.
Right.
Just like you talk to all these local fishermen talking about their superstitions,
Yeah.
megalodon, and
Oh yeah.
I forgot what they called this one thing. They talked about mermaids out there too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that big mermaid thing that was going around for a while? That was
A
kinda
little
like,
bit, like someone caught one or something.
Yeah. I remember my aunt like, "Oh, you better watch out for the mermaids out there." I was like, "All right, calm down."
right.
That's
I hope I find one.
Yeah, exactly. But they talked about there was this like kind of witch in the water. Gosh dang it, I forgot what they called it. And it was like basically like they caught a bunch of fish around this island, and they were hanging out there at nighttime.
Hawaiian witch myth. That sounds like a badass punk band. This one, Madame Pelé or Tuli
so.
Pelé.
I think it was it Tutti? What does that say?
Tootie. This one.
But they talked
Goddess
about
of the Volcano.
It
Does that
was
sound
okay.
right?
It wasn't Pele. No, that's Pele.
Oh, okay.
This was like, so they had a picture of her like climbing on the boat, and you know what it reminded me of was the girl from The Ring.
Oh God.
Yeah, screw
Throwing
that.
that
I'm swimming. Just let the shark eat me. I'm not dealing with no witch like that.
Right.
But and they talked about how their fish all rotted after they got that picture.
Oh, okay.
Because she was like,
They had a picture of this?
supposedly they had a picture of it.
Oh God.
I saw it. It kind of looked like somebody messed with it, but they're
Right,
like,
right.
dude, like.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll swear by it to this day. Like, our fish was dead. We just
Yeah.
caught it that day, and now our
Right.
fish is rotten.
Yeah.
I mean,
That sort of stuff.
there's some
freaks
weird
me
stuff out there.
Way worse than anything. Even though that we talked about the prison system, and that did scare me quite a bit.
Right.
But the myths and stuff, that's what really gets into my head.
Oh, yeah.
But also sharks. As you're jumping off this boat, that has got to be a concern.
It was a concern.
But you're by yourself. If there's other people in the water, it makes you feel better. Even if there's one person, it makes you feel better.
Right.
Or it would make
But
me
I was
feel
the
better.
first one off,
Yeah.
tying up the boat. You tell them you're okay. You're looking around. I'm just like floating there.
Did you have goggles on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
of
had the
course.
mask.
Yeah.
But what made me mad about some of the captains, they'd make us go swim in the dirty water, like, hey, this is a tour. These people pay good money to jump in the water,
Yeah.
which I get that.
Right.
And you're on their vacation, you know what I mean? And you jump in there, and, oh, my God.
How far could you see?
There was one day it was so bad I couldn't even see my toes.
Oh, my God.
Usually you're looking down like 15 to 30 foot viz, you know what I mean? And like we had a monk seal that was messing with us. They had this monk seal that was going around the big island.
Uh-huh.
So that's like 3 islands away.
Yeah.
That's a lot far. And that was biting swimmers when they're doing like their triathlons and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So what do? They take these monk
bitch.
seals.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And they put them out by us.
Oh, they relocated
Oh yeah,
them?
they relocate them. So they
Oh.
got numbers and stuff. And so the first time I was just chilling there, and they were telling me. So after I tie up the boat, I have to get the back ready. We do a safety briefing because everybody that you get on that boat is a professional ocean swimmer.
Right.
'Cause some of them have pools. Oh my gosh, some of these people I met were the dumbest people ever. Man, like this lady told me, she was like, I have a pool, honey. I'll be
Oh,
fine.
my God.
Guess what? First person I saved. I saved so
pool
many
girl.
lives.
Really?
I swear.
What?
Yep.
They
Just
couldn't
drowning.
swim?
Just couldn't swim.
Huh.
The Japanese were the weirdest. It was cool because language barrier, of course,
Yeah,
but
right.
they knew we were getting in water,
Mm-hmm.
and they still wouldn't wear the life vest, and they just.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's got to be scary.
It was creepy,
Huh.
and they're just all smiles after, and it's just like, oh,
Thank
he almost
you.
died.
It's like, that's what I wanted. That's part of my vacation.
But that monk seal. So I'm sitting on a surfboard. So
Okay.
you got it's like I was herding cattle.
Yeah.
So they're all swimming. They all look ridiculous with their,
Right. Very.
Oh, it's so funny.
Right. Yeah.
And it's funny because I used to be that person when I first went there.
That'd be me.
You know what I mean? And I really wanted to get TJ on the boat because I would have messed with him really bad.
Right.
Have you ever met DeAllen?
Mm-mm.
So he went over with us, and he's just a good dude too. But he was actually the first friend to come over to Kauai and visit
Okay,
us.
nice.
And so I took him on the boat, and it was so funny because he's just 220-pound black man, just a stud. He's actually a cop in Wichita now.
Okay.
And seeing him with this life vest on, just cinched up on himself, you know what I mean? And just like walking around, literally like, so the boat captain rule was like, listen, if you bring friends on the boat, make sure they mind the,
Right. Right.
you better be in charge of your friends.
Right.
We literally talk to people about not walking on the boat with your flippers on because you just see face plants, broken noses.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
right.
gosh. And every time someone gets hurt, boom, drug test, boom, drug. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
it's just
really?
a pain in the butt.
You would? You'd get popped?
Yeah, the people that
okay.
would just work there.
Right.
And so, of course, you just see this giant black man walking on the boat, just
With
like a giant penguin or whatever.
Right.
And he jumps in the water, and he's looking down at the spot that's not even the snorkel spot. I'm like, damn, go that way.
Yeah.
And swim over. He's so funny. And I took a cinnamon roll and I threw it right in front of his face. All these fish. You just hear him scream with that snorkel. Just, my wife had to babysit him the whole time, so that was awesome.
That would be me, dude. I don't know if I can handle that kind of stuff. Did you ever see great whites?
No.
Nothing?
They said the water was a little warmer.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't like that, so.
Right.
But they
Yeah,
were
man.
out in the channel, supposedly. I mean, I've never
Yeah.
seen one. Man, we were at this one dive spot, and it was actually, it wasn't murky. It was clear that day, and one of the captains like, hey, there's something over on the beach. So when you see a dead monk seal, they're actually protected.
Oh, okay.
So you got to report them.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's like, what is that? So I get on the surfboard, trying to show off in front of everybody.
They're so cute.
No, they are. And they bark at you. And so I swim over there to see it. So I'm probably, gosh dang, it felt like I was a football field length away from the boat. My arms were getting tired and stuff, and people are, you're looking up to these cliffs that are just and I get up there, and all of a sudden this clear water became like this oil type water, and I'm just like, what the can't see nothing. All of a sudden I'm looking, I'm like, oh crap, it was a chopped in half sea turtle, and the sea turtle was just like barely moving.
Like
and that
it just happened?
Yep. And so it was all oil and just red, and I'm like, oh my God, this is blood. And all of a sudden, so I forgot who was my crew member that day, but he said that he was looking through the binoculars, and he said he just saw a splash. I heard a splash beside me, but the board, we had the crappiest boards from Costco that wouldn't save anybody. Right. I loved our company we worked for, but come on, spend some money.
I hear
Jesus. And it's that board slipped out from underneath me, and I just kind of grabbed it, and I just remember just like my whole body's in the water, and I'm just like, I can't see nothing. I don't feel nothing. I just booked it, and supposedly my crew member saw like a big offense. Supposedly it was probably going to be, they're like, oh, white tip wouldn't eat a
Tiger.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh.
A turtle that freaking big. I mean, I still see it to my day. It was just sawed in half, and that turtle was barely just like trying to get up there.
Oh my God, dude.
That was probably the most nerve-wracking thing I ever like witnessed. And then the second one would be I was in the channel that was like 5,000 feet deep, supposedly, or deeper, which, pilot whales.
Oh.
Have you ever seen, remember?
What happened?
Predator versus Alien?
Yeah.
So those aliens, that's what they look like.
Oh, no.
Look at their big old fat heads.
Dark.
Oh, yeah. Look at those heads. Yeah. And so there was one of them. And
they look sweet, too.
Yeah, right.
A little bit.
And so, I mean, I don't even think a baby's the size of this table.
Oh, wow.
And so I just remember my captain, which, good thing he's not listening to this. He'll probably get in trouble, but he's like, hey,
allegedly.
Yeah. You want to jump in? And I said, give me your GoPro to this girl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll get you the coolest footage ever. She's like, all right, bet. I jump in because I saw mama and a baby.
Yeah.
Like, cool. He, of course, if diver in the water, you got to pull the boat far away. So there I am.
How, 100 yards or so? Or
he was probably a little bit less than that, but
that's a good length, man.
Oh my God, dude. So I dive down, nothing on, just your board shorts, and you get your GoPro, and you see the baby, and they kind of went away, and the mama kind of comes back in the picture. Then all of a sudden she goes down, and all of a sudden I look, and there's like 30 of them. Just it's like
30 pilot whales,
dude, bro.
That's pretty cool, actually.
So I thought I had the best video ever in the world.
No, I know.
I'm freaking terrified. I literally pissed my pants.
Yeah.
I'm in the water. I'm like, I gotta pee. Dude, just like you don't know how small you are in this world till something like, to me, that's space.
Yeah.
Like the ocean. It's
Right.
just so crazy. And just to see all these things just swim by, and then I got back on the boat, and my captain's like, I can't believe you did that. I'm like, what do you mean?
You told me to.
And they were talking, then they said search them, because that was the first time I ever heard of a pilot whale. I looked up a pilot whale. Then they're really good at grabbing divers by the ankles and and bringing them down.
No.
And then they play with them, and they bring them back up.
No.
I found that out after I did that.
There were 30. There was a whole pod of them, or a whole herd.
Bro, like, I want to throw up just thinking about it right now. Like,
Me too.
It's scared. I mean, whew, I'm shaking just thinking about it.
Did you get good footage though?
So that was the cool part. So we're like, all right, let's check this footage out.
Yeah.
The whole time it's just everything's shaking. You don't see shit.
I bet, dude. How could you?
All these
you
dark
can't blame-
shadows. Oh. I told her, I was like, I'm sorry, but
You should have jumped in with me, bitch.
oh yeah, man,
It was
dude.
so cool.
One of the, like, I tell some people that story, and they're like, yeah, right. Like, I'm like, you don't have to believe me, man. Like,
Well, I
was
can
there.
see you shaking
Dude,
right
I'm
now.
like,
I mean,
it
if
gets-
you were making it up,
Man,
it's like,
it was like you're in the channel where all the crazy stuff happened. Like all these fish that you don't,
yeah.
they're just, that's like I said, space. To me, like, I mean, does that not look like an alien head?
Bro. Well, and I can't. I mean, a couple of them, you're like, yeah, all right,
Yeah, but look at those teeth on that thing. So they say that they play with like, 200-pound tuna just for fun. You know what I mean? Like pull it around and stuff. I'm like, ugh.
Dude. Yeah, no thanks, bro.
Thank you.
Let's see. What if I type in herd pod?
Oh
I
my
want to see like a
God.
bunch of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
see,
look like
like,
something
yep.
like that. Yep, I will throw
And
it.
it looked like a black, like that, like a mass, and then all of a sudden they start so they're coming at me, and they all just kind of spread around me, and I'm just like, oh my god,
Dude.
you should type in Ni Hao, so it's NIIA. There it is, right there. Oh, go back this way. There, right there.
Oh, this is the island?
So that's the
This is the
Forbidden
tribal
Island. Right?
place. Look, they made a movie.
Of course they did.
My
But
God. it
there's
looks
the crater we
beautiful.
dive in, and so that's a bird sanctuary next to
Oh,
it.
right here?
The Hua Rock. Yeah.
Okay.
But look how beautiful. I mean, come
That's
on.
awesome.
It was just some of the best diving in the world right there. And we had this one dive spot called Archways that was just a giant. So you'd dive in and you tie it, and you just kind of look to your left and be like this giant tunnel that we would dive under. But some of the crazy local boys would just free dive all the way
Oh,
through
my
it.
God.
They're like, you can do it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna try it. There's
There it
actually
is.
the boat company I worked on right there.
This one?
Yep, that's it.
Blue
Little-
Dolphin Charters.
little,
Deluxe.
yep.
Forbidden Island. Ni Hao.
Bro,
Oh.
talk about a long day.
Well, how come?
8-hour trip.
Just wait, what?
Yeah.
So well, that's all day. How did you do it?
It was we'd leave I think I had to be there like at 5 a.m, and then
8-hour sailing trip just to get there.
Yeah, because we'd go down the whole coastline, which is the beautiful coastline in the world. I'm sure your friends can talk to you about that.
Yeah.
But we'd go out to the island. I think it would take us 2.5 hours to get out to the island.
Book now, baby. There's your sea turtle.
Oh yeah, that's me.
What?
No, just
Oh, I was like, what? Dude, that place looks unbelievable.
So there's
okay.
Kauai, and then
Okay.
you'd have to have like a special trip to get to it, just
So-
because the water.
That right there.
Yep.
Well, that didn't get any bigger, but that's 8 hours.
Well, we'd go through whole coastline first. So like where those lines fall all the way up, and then it comes back down. Then we'd go out to the island,
Oh,
and then
so
come
the
back
whole
down.
trip
Then
and-
we'd sail and slow down, eat, drink.
Yeah, it
was
sounds
awesome.
like a horrible
It was
job,
horrible.
dude. Can't believe you moved
I was
back.
like, yeah, I know.
I was gonna say on this one right here. Look at those cliffs.
Mm-hmm.
Those are. Did you ever go to the island? Like on the island?
Mhm.
No, they wouldn't let Hallies on.
They wouldn't, but like so the village was all the way in the back.
Oh, okay.
So you'd see like the fishing would be over on the beach, and so if you saw them there, I guess it would take like there's like really no vehicles or anything.
Oh yeah.
Some had horses,
Right.
no electricity on the island.
No infrastructure.
I
at
think
all?
like
some houses, I guess.
I mean they weren't huts; they were like cinder block houses. I
Oh,
think.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I guess there's one big like plantation house on there,
Okay.
of course.
Right.
A white family that owns half the island, the Robinsons.
What? Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Swiss Family Robinson.
That's what we always call them.
Right. Of course.
But it was neat, like seeing like Jurassic World was always filmed there.
Oh.
All the Jurassic Parks were filmed there.
Kauai? Mm-hmm. That's bad.
I don't know if you watched the new Hobbs vs. Shaw.
No,
Yeah,
not
so
yet.
that was on there. Rock was living on
Okay.
Tonga. That was
Okay.
Kauai. That was like right
Spoiler
where I
alert.
worked. Yeah, sorry guys.
So that's interesting. Did you notice that presence of the film people? Like, did they were they noticeable? I guess because those are huge movies, dude.
Right. No, they would like rent like houses and stuff. So
Okay.
we really didn't get to see them unless like they brought their family on one of our tours.
Oh, right.
Which they did like one of the Bachelorettes.
Okay.
Or no, the Bachelor, because it was all girls on one of our boats.
I'll work that.
Yeah,
shift.
right. So I was supposed to work it, and they're like, we just kind of, for TV, they want more, they call them dark boys, but.
Oh, yeah, right.
You know,
You're like,
make it more realistic.
spray tan, I'll be right back.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy. Because in LA, they're everywhere, movies or whatever. But a big movie like that, like a $200 million movie, they have the
Oh, man.
trailers and
Oh, yeah.
all that kind of
You'd
stuff.
see like the cars spray paint with like the logo
Fast
on
and-
it.
yeah,
And I tell
yeah,
my wife,
yeah.
like, hey, let's follow this guy for a little bit.
Yeah, see
You
what he's up to.
But they would have like the roads blocked out.
Sure, right.
Of course, with all that. But that was my job, was to like, all right, this was filmed here, this was filmed there.
Right. People get a kick of that.
If you really want to see Kauai on a good film, is called The Perfect Getaway.
Okay.
It's about actually the guy that plays Thor, Chris
Oh,
Hemsworth.
yeah.
It plays in the movie. But it's great.
Huh.
I mean, it shows a lot of Kauai.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a very smart move. Just like write your screenplay for a beautiful island.
Yep. Of course, sign me up.
Yeah.
Like they did The Lost. Or
Yeah.
did you ever TV shows?
Oh,
so
yeah,
they wanted to film it on Kauai, but there's so many roosters and chickens. They're like, all right, we have to do all of our acting on Oahu.
Oh,
So-
because these chickens just run in the
Just
scene.
ruining their sound bites and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So they would. I think they did all
awesome.
the visual shots.
Yeah.
Was on Kauai, but they did all the other stuff over there.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
When you got like Hawaii 5-0 and all that kind of
Yep.
stuff.
So that was on the other island too.
Okay.
And then everybody always asked me about Dog the Bounty Hunter. He was
Yeah.
on a different island, but
Okay.
like one of my friends got to take him on like a tour, a
That's
zip
cool.
line tour. Him and his family left Hawaii to come to Hawaii to get away from people. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
right. Just to hop over,
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was cheap too. I mean, then
Does that happen often? Like going to other islands?
yeah.
Pretty easy to get there. Do you fly or how?
yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, no ferries or any of that
Okay,
crap.
yeah.
It was a 20-minute flight.
Oh no.
So we'd be in this airplane and literally going up,
Yep.
and they're like, all right, seatbelts off. And then, cool. All right, seatbelts on, because you're going right back down.
Wow.
So it was cool. And I think since we lived there and we had like Hawaii IDs, I think it was like maybe $100.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
so island hop.
Nice. So when you did that, are you staying in the other island for a day or two, or is it just like could it be an afternoon trip? Or
So we'd I
20
take
minutes?
one of my little cousins, when they do back to school shopping when they lived
Yeah.
there. We'd go over there just for the day.
Right.
Yeah. So we'd
have to fly.
Yeah, it was crazy. We'd stay there. We'd get there like at 7:30 in the morning. And then when they had the Ala Moana Mall, which was like a 4-story outdoor mall,
Oh,
it was
okay.
sick. North Park Mall on roids, like it was just gorgeous.
Yeah.
And
all outdoor.
Oh
and
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
And so we'd go there and they'd shop all day. We'd go to the movies, go to the local spots down there, and
Right.
then fly back at nighttime.
Yeah, so you made a whole day out of
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Like you're getting there early and staying late. That is so
It
cool.
was
dude.
awesome.
It's like its own little world.
Dude, it
it's
really
just
is.
kind of away from everything.
I wanted to bring one of my friends over. Actually, one of my friends, the redhead, visited over here, and we went. I took him to the Walmart by our house.
Oh,
He
yeah.
saw milk. He's like, $3? What? He bought like 9 flannels too, because they're like $4 a piece. And he's like, I'm stoked.
Oh, you brought the Hawaiian here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just stocking up.
Yeah.
With all. We should just hook him up and be like, "What do you want, bro? We'll
I wanna-
airmail it to you."
I wanted to bring one of my friends that was a girl. She's crazy. She was one of my first like friends that I started working with and stuff. And she's like, I can't wait to come to the United States.
Yeah.
Well, you're still in the United States.
Right. You're part of the team. you know?
Yeah, right.
You're on the
Well,
team.
you weren't. You'd probably get taken over by now.
Yeah, right. Someone would have claimed you,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we did. Thank
and then
God.
you get the hardcore Hawaiians that were, flying the flags, like the first flag, and it's like, Hawaii's not a state.
Huh.
Those people, if you're white, you want to stay away from them.
Yeah.
Just
Understandable. So does that movement have a name? I guess they have like they're claiming that Hawaii's its own country, its own nation,
they
sovereign
do.
nation.
Basically,
type thing?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I just kind of stayed away from them.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Makes sense. But Yeah, I guess so. I don't really know the history of Hawaii. I know a little bit of like Cook coming and all that kind of stuff, but
man, I had this one boat captain that was just a genius in that stuff.
yeah.
And he was just kind of a dick to people, but he's one of my good friends. But just how he talked, because he was such a history buff that some people didn't like it. But he was just talking about how Captain Cook came over and just basically did what he wanted, and then then the Hawaiians would like get on their boat, little canoes, and come over to their big ship and would just start stealing from them. So like big old fight broke out, and supposedly he got cut in the back of the head. Then I heard he got hit over the head with a coconut, and just
Yeah.
But you'll see bumper stickers that say Captain Cook or whoever, or the man who killed Captain Cook is my hero.
That's awesome.
And just like, we're like, oh, okay,
Right,
stay
right.
from that guy.
Like, hey, bud.
Yep, don't like you.
Yeah, right. It's similar to Native American history, isn't it?
I think so,
Hawaiian
yeah.
history,
Yeah.
Native American, whatever.
Their leprechauns were called menahunis.
Okay.
I called them leprechauns because they're like, supposedly these short people that would
Right.
build these infrastructures overnight. Just boom, boom, boom.
Huh.
If anything went missing, especially if they're hardcore Hawaiians, those damn menahunis.
Manahunis.
Yeah, and so
That's
like
crazy.
you'd have like the sports team, Menahuni sports team,
Oh, really?
Menahuni gas market, Menahuni bridge.
Huh.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah, the Hawaiian culture,
Yeah, it's-
mythology
yep.
has got to be awesome.
It's sick.
Yeah, it's very deep and very...
Kind of reminds me of the Greek, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
A little
like
bit.
all the different
Right.
types of entities or deities or whatever.
Like there
the
was this, I
mythologies.
forgot the first village that was on the Kauai. It was
Uh-huh.
a weird name. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. My friends that will watch this would get so mad if I... Anywho,
You should try it.
I can't even know where to begin, but there was this cliff face, and like literally, like once the sun hits it, it's literally
Oh, yeah.
an owl.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
Clear as day.
so some of the dumb questions you'd answer being on a tour boat would be like, oh, how did they carve that in?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's really high up
Mother
there.
Nature.
Yeah, exactly. But there was I guess it's been there for years, and it was Pueo. They called it the owl god.
Oh.
And like, man, it is trippy. I
Huh.
mean, you can type.
How do I spell that?
I think it's like PA. No, or just
There it is,
boom.
bro.
God, that's
Google
weird.
knows. Google
Dude,
knows
they
what we're doing.
do. I don't know why they're showing it lava.
Is
I would just do like owl god.
yeah. This one? Is it kind of like? Is that?
No, this is like a full on.
There's something else. A lot of lava stuff.
But there's more.
You want to go down?
So there's there. I mean, that's Kauai right there.
This one right here?
Yeah.
No, that's Jurassic Park, dude. That's exactly what it looks like.
But I don't even know if they'll have. I mean, I'm sure they have it.
Let's see, like owl. Is it cliff, right? Cliff face.
Yeah.
Let's see what that. Huh.
But once you see it, you just like, oh.
Wonder what comes up.
And then it was so funny because we had this one captain. I love him.
Must be a lava flow too, or of some
Right.
sort of area.
But he's like they called him the fisherman.
the fisherman.
Shout out to Chad Kubo.
Chad
Just,
Kubo.
Just he's my uncle from another mother right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Like he's just it. And he was like on the west side, and he was one of the best captains, man.
Nice.
You never see him wear his shirt on. If you saw him with his shirt on, something was happening. You know,
Oh,
we were
really?
at Christmas party, and guess what?
No shirt.
Had no shirt on.
Hell yeah, that's
Just
my
eating
guy.
dinner, just like, oh, right.
That's my guy.
And dude, he would get so mad that these people couldn't see the outline of Pueo.
Oh, yeah.
He would literally stop the whole boat right there. We're just, people are throwing up in the back, Chad. You stop the boat, He's like, look at it. It's right there. It was so funny, dude. Like, so I'd have to get in there like, all right, you see the
Right,
the
right.
line right there? And they're like, yeah. And, some people just won't see it.
Well, they want the boat to get moving.
Just make people sick.
Really? Did you ever have a problem with that?
I never did.
That's good.
Yeah. It was
Hell
weird.
yeah.
I thought about it. I was like, I wonder if I'm going to get like seasick. Nope.
Never, not even.
Never.
That's awesome,
I
dude.
could drink on them. I could just, I never did.
That's good.
And then I feel bad for the people that do because they can't experience the good, like,
Right.
I heard it. I mean, it's just non-constant. I mean, that's who I took care of all the time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean,
Part of the job description.
Justin Bieber.
Really?
So he came down. It was me and Chad. We were working on a raft tour.
Uh-huh.
We were supposed to work that boat, but they told both of us that we were too vocal. Basically saying...
You have a good singing voice. Justin doesn't want to be...
yeah. Basically, Justin barks orders at me or him. We're going to, you know what I mean?
Oh, I hear you.
Shut up.
Right.
You know, so they picked their crew, and but we saw him walking with his, bodyguards and stuff, and Chad's like, oh, what? Like,
being vocal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I heard it was funny because Mom was hammered on the boat.
Uh-huh.
They bought out an 8-hour tour or something stupid like that. Only made it like an hour and a half because Justin got sick on the boat, was throwing up. Guess what? He plugged in his own music because he did buy out the whole boat for the day. Guess what his own music was?
What?
Justin Bieber.
No. He's on his own boat listening to his own music?
Own music. And my buddy, so my captain, which I love him to get, the GT, he's like, oh, who's this girl singing? And there's, these guys like, bro, that's Justin. And he had no clue. Like, literally, it was so funny. They're like, who does that?
Justin Bieber.
I guess Justin Bieber.
Eminem wouldn't do that, right?
I don't think so.
No, Eminem would be like, play something other.
Play some T Swift or something. I mean,
T Swift, yeah, that would be hilarious.
That would
like
be
Marshall?
awesome. Yeah, right.
Dude, I mean, I can't talk shit on Justin because I've been on one fishing chart thing and I didn't get sick, but towards the end I'm like, this might be the beginning stages of getting sick. Casey, my brother, he worked on a Alaskan fishing boat, big 100-footer, like huge. And the first day, the captain's like going through everything. He's like, if you get sick, we have like gel or something that goes behind the ears. He said he was just slathering that shit on. He never got sick, but his buddies did. And but anyway, he made it through. But just the horror stories that you hear of people getting seasick, and you've seen it straight up.
God.
It's like, oh God.
I was training like one of my best friends. I was training him on the boat. So the cool part was, you got a kid from Kansas.
You're training him on a boat?
Well, not like boxing.
Oh.
I'm training him how to work
that's
a boat.
good idea.
Yeah, right? But I'm training these, like, how to tie knots, how to sail.
Yeah.
Like, I had to learn all that.
Yeah.
I'm from Kansas.
Yeah.
They laughed at me when I was like, I want a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And I was like one of the guys that was their training officer. I was a dive master.
Yeah.
So it was cool. But I was training him, and I'm a pretty laid back kid, and I've told this. It was always the people from other countries that were probably the worst at listening to rules. This guy was from India, and I felt bad for him. But you like when you sit inside the galley, you're getting sick. There's no airflow. It's rocking more. You can just see it on their face because I was just so good at like all right, he's gonna throw up.
Oh yeah.
So I told him several times, go outside, get some air. Here's some water.
Right.
And he's just hitting the cup out of my hand, just being really rude, like not listening. Dude, so I'm like showing this kid, like teaching him what to do, and then it's like, oh, I caught a fish the other day. Let me show you this picture. So he like comes over with me. We're looking at the picture. This guy just turns around, throws up, just hits me and my buddy right in the chest, grabs our backpacks, throws up on our backpacks.
What the hell?
Dude, so the not security, but the correctional officer came out of me, freaking wrist locked him, picked him up, and just walked him to the back. Like,
what in the world?
Matt, I said a few choice words.
I don't blame you.
He was like, can we talk to them like that? I'm like, no, I'll probably get in trouble.
Well, if they puke on you.
Oh my God, dude. It was just all over. All
There's
over.
a boat. Puke over the side.
Yeah.
Why did you grab a backpack?
So they get embarrassed.
Oh, well,
So they run to the bathrooms too.
Yeah.
And so I've had to, take off doors to get women out of the bathrooms because
Right.
they're just sitting there. And so my buddy, she filled up this whole sink, throw up, So he's over there. I'm like, all right. So he was a smaller man. I told him, I was like, you got to unclog the sink. We can't just have, other
Right.
people have to use it.
Yeah.
So, oh, dude. So we hit this wave right when he's about to unpunch it, and it just shot all over his face.
Dude,
It was so awesome.
dude.
It was awesome because it wasn't me.
Yeah,
But
right.
Just, I have some of my best times are on the
Stories
those
from the
boats.
boat,
yeah,
dude.
just like you just meet everybody.
Yeah.
I love people watching, and literally every day, just
Oh,
people
new
from
crowd.
all over.
Yeah.
And it was cool because some of these younger kids that would start working there that lived on the island.
Yeah.
Not saying they're racist, just some of them grew up with being like effing Howley,
Yeah,
blah blah blah. It's like, okay, without tourism, this island would be horrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't care if you had a bad day or what. When I'm teaching these kids, like, this is somebody's vacation. This costs
Right.
a lot of money just to
Right.
come here, just to have fun.
Right. It's giving you a paycheck.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
it's
And
keeping
you know
you-
what? I think I made like, they make better money now, but like,
Yeah.
I think when I started, it was like $9 an hour. I was so excited though, just because I was on the water, right? And then I went up to like $18 an hour.
Wow.
Plus, I was getting like a 200 to 130 tip.
I was gonna
You
wonder.
know
I was
what
wondering
mean?
if you got tips.
Oh yeah, we got tips. And then like a bad day would be $60 cash.
Yeah.
That's a bad day.
I don't.
You know,
not too bad.
My wife, bless her heart, worked at this like, what was it? Kind of like a rest home. She was a
Okay.
nurse at this rest home that were just all Filipino, Japanese, Hawaiian men.
Oh yeah.
So of course they were gonna be like, look at this blondie.
Yeah.
So they call her Elsa.
From Miss Frozen.
That's when that came out, which was kind of funny to me because I mean, they forgot her name.
It
Why would
actually
you-
became
Yeah,
Elsa.
yeah.
Like that's her real name. Like,
Like,
we
why-
started
just-
calling you this, but we have no idea. That's crazy, dude. I would love to go one of these days. Just check things out, especially Kauai. Now that my buddy lives there, and now you're
Oh my
talking
God.
about it.
I
it's
could
like,
set you up when you go down there.
oh well,
Yeah.
we'll definitely do
like
that.
some sick.
You should come
training.
too.
I would. That's
Bring
what I
the
told my
wife.
wife. I
We'll
was like,
we'll all just take a
I
group.
was like, you know what? Like, there's so many like tourisms out there that
Yeah.
like you pay me, I'll take you fishing, I'll take you hiking.
yeah,
To me,
I'll
like,
pay you.
That's what I told her. I was like, all you gotta do is buy my ticket. I will
Yeah.
literally show you the time of your lives out
Yeah,
there.
yeah. That'd be cool. Kelsey's been, but she went on a cruise,
Okay. Yep.
so it was more of like,
yeah, you only get the a day or two to
Right,
see,
right.
And you're like right there in the port where you don't have vehicles or something, so you're kind of stuck in
Right.
the tourism spot where
That's what I was
it's really
gonna
not
say.
that tourism.
yeah, no, it's like literally the most touristed
Right.
spot of all time. You know, none
So
of the actual.
when TJ fought over there, all he wanted to do was like go to these hikes. But you know,
Yeah.
it's like we're focusing on him
Right,
cutting weight.
right.
And you know, like when I got to the fights, like I'm just, you know, I got all my boat friends. There's like 40 of them, the drunk assholes in the corner. You know, what I
Yeah,
mean?
right.
Then I got all the jiu-jitsu guys that were just,
Yeah.
man, I
The
felt
mashing of
it was
worlds.
so cool,
Yeah.
just seeing everybody, high fiving everybody. Then I was like, man, you think you're hot shot? I was like, I told TJ, I was like, this is like me in like how you are in Joplin.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
Right,
Just-
right.
But to me, of course, I wanted him to win so bad.
Hell yeah.
And then he did.
Yeah.
He broke, you know, I think me and De'Allen were yelling. I'm like, kick more. It's a kickboxing fight.
Oh yeah.
The first
right.
kick he throws, I think he breaks his foot off this guy's head.
TJ broke his foot. Oh my god.
So what's he do the next day? I take him on. It's usually a 20-minute hike.
Oh yeah.
His wife will probably yell at me for this because I kept saying 20 minute.
Yeah.
Literally the wettest I've ever. I literally been on this hike hundreds of times.
Yeah.
It was the wettest I've ever been on it, and it took us probably a good 3 to 4 hours.
Oh shit.
Oh,
20
dude,
minutes
bro.
to
I was-
4 hours.
And so
I see a pattern here.
Yeah.
You told your wife 1 year. We got 5. Now we
Yeah.
got a 20-minute hike.
you got Brittany, TJ's wife, and then you got the pastor's wife.
Yeah.
And now they're getting mad because I keep saying 20 minutes. You know, They're like, how much farther? You got TJ walking on a broken foot.
Oh
And
yeah.
I was like, I just don't want everybody. And TJ's like, I don't care. He's, I'm here. I want to see this.
Hell yeah.
And of course, we get to the spot where you just jump off into the
Oh,
water. Of course, I did it. You know, and TJ's like, only white people.
Crazy white
Just,
people.
yeah. So we took him down, dude. We
Oh, he didn't jump.
no.
Well,
sissy.
was his leg
No,
hurting?
He's just a sissy.
Oh.
Water was
Come
too
on,
cold.
TJ.
I know. Pastor got some sick photos and stuff.
Did he jump?
Yeah. No, he didn't jump.
What the hell?
But you know what?
You
though?
take me to a clip.
Yeah,
I'm jumping
I know,
off.
Thank
dude.
you. He
I'm
got
jumping
in the
off.
waterfall with me though.
That was cool.
Yeah, and I said, "You got to sit." And he was like, "Oh, dude." And
Was
I
it
like,
cold?
Oh
Sure, it's
yeah,
freezing.
but man, it was just a rush. You know,
Yeah.
just beating on your back. He's like, "What if we die?" I'm like, "Well."
Well, what if we die?
I said, you got your heaven, but I want to come to Kauai if I ever die.
Yeah, right. I'll
That's
just
what I
wake
told him.
up here.
Yeah.
Man, if you're gonna die, the bottom of a waterfall might not be too
Right,
bad
right.
of a way to go. That's badass, dude.
That's awesome.
It is like a little paradise, right? It seems like a little paradise. There's just all these things to do. It's similar to SoCal
Okay,
in a way,
I've heard
without
that.
all the bullshit. The mountains are pretty close. So if you planned your day out, you could hit up Mammoth and snowboard or ski or whatever, and you could be surfing by the evening or vice versa.
Right.
So it's similar
That's
in
cool.
that way, but just more compact. And LA is you got SoCal because you got LA, and I mean it's so spread out and so different. And 20 minutes in any direction, it's a whole new world. And then another
Right.
20 minutes, a whole other world.
Yep.
You know, so it's all compact in that way or spread out. Yeah, but
And so that's how we lived in Waimea at the bottom of the mountain face.
Waimea,
Waimea.
Waimea.
Mm-hmm. So a little west side town. We used to live in Cape Kaha. That was even the side town.
Okay.
But like I said, blue eyes around. But all our friends started moving over there. You know what I mean? We had our own thing over there, and
That's cool.
my wife always missed the seasons. I really couldn't care.
Right.
I literally worked on a boat all day long.
Right.
My feet was all calloused because I'd never wore shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we would go up to the mountains for like 2 days. So she could wear her flannels, like put up my cowboy boots back on.
Oh, because it's cold up there? It's such different. It's chilly or
65 got the coldest I've ever been up there.
nice.
Yeah. So we had our hammocks, we had cabins, man.
that's cool, dude.
And we'd be driving down. It's literally you just stripping clothes off, driving down because you're seeing the water, and it just gets back into the 89.
Right.
It was a normal day there.
Dude, you're making me want to move.
Dude, it's awesome.
It's like I said, a little paradise,
You
dude.
love jiu-jitsu down there, man.
Yeah.
It blows your mind.
Maybe if we got a little bit better, we could open up our little gym on the water. We could take people fishing and train jiu-jitsu and MMA. I'll make videos for people.
You know, and it's right when I started getting better at coaching too. Like, you kind of wish, like, oh man, could have done something down there, just because they didn't really have any boxing guys down there.
Yeah.
Just I know my wife's not gonna move back, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, unless she leaves me, then I'll have to go back.
Then you'll have to go back. Yeah. Maybe she'll change her mind after a while. You know, having a kid and raising her for a little bit.
Right.
Maybe it's like, I miss the water. I miss everything.
I'm stoked to bring
Maybe.
the kid there.
Yeah. She would love it.
Let me go to the bathroom.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
All
Go
right.
for it. Yeah.
Take this part out.
No, I'll just entertain him. I'll just entertain him with some talk. So we've been going in about 2 hours. Everything's looking good. His story about the sea turtle about made me throw up. I just can't handle that because, and you heard it, like it's tiger shark. Tiger sharks do that to sea turtles. Tiger sharks do that to everything. And tiger sharks are mean. I don't know if I'd rather see a great white or a tiger shark. A tiger white, a white tiger shark. Ugh. He's cool though. This is fun. How's everybody doing with the pandemic? I'm all right. Life's pretty normal for me, I guess. Not much difference going on. Let's see what has been going on. I guess I got garden planted, so that's cool. That's all right. And I got my puppy in here. And let's see what else is going on. Gardens planted. It's getting warmer. Been doing circuits. If you live around the area and you want to get a good circuit in, I got a bunch of kettlebells and maces and ropes and tires, and we just set up in the backyard and just get after it. We had a big old speaker donated by my good friend Tyler Morton, and I just cranked that thing and I put a little Tabata timer on, and we have our circuit, and it's freaking awesome. Oh, let's see what else. Been doing a lot of writing. I got this big dream of being a showrunner and a director and a writer of a TV series, and I probably have 4 really strong ideas. I think they're extremely strong. One's a series, one's a mini series, all directed at HBO. If you're listening to this, HBO, let's make a deal. I'm gonna make this happen. I got good ideas. Let's make this happen. Anyway, man, someone must have lit a candle out there because it is strong. It's probably that blue clitoris candle or whatever it's called. Whatever. I can't remember what it's called, but it smells good, dude. Yeah, I wouldn't buy that candle. So, let me like consolidate all that. Mm-hmm. So the timeline, moved out to Hawaii. So I want to talk a little bit more about coaching.
Okay.
Because you've been doing that for, what, decade now? 10, 12 years or so. How has that progressed from when you started to now? What were some of the changes that you've experienced personally, and then I guess through the fighters that you've come into contact with too?
So I always talked about like how I got nervous like for that one boxing match.
Right.
I was like, I just don't know if I can perform in front of a bunch of people. Like when TJ had a couple losses.
Yeah.
You know, people just see me in the corner, you know. Like, yeah, I'm pissed that he lost. You know, care for him, you know, as a person, you know, brother, of course, a fighter, and you don't see the part where, man, I had to run to the bathroom and throw up and punch the wall. You just get so mad because you care, you know, you just want to see him do good. Like that feels like the best to me is when you coach, you work over this thing. Like one of my guys right now, like his name's Zarek Zamwalt. And so we just been working a bunch of these cool counter works and stuff, and then boom, he knocks out this kid at that fight with the same thing that we've been working over and over.
Oh,
To me, that's just like, man, just it's just a fun feeling. Like, makes you feel good, man. He was, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Same with Theron, you know, kid's a stud. I can't wait for him to show off some of his boxing stuff, you know. And then TJ, like I said, is 37. Dude,
Unstoppable.
he could
Feels
be
like
that
it.
guy that fights till 50.
Yeah.
He's
God,
you know what I
jeez.
mean? Like, he's
Yeah.
just in such great shape.
Yeah.
And he'll just school you.
Right.
Like, but to like just how I held mitts differently over the years, I learned through Jeff Hines, then just watching like a lot of YouTube from one of my favorite coaches in California. His name's Jason Perillo. Like, so he held mitts for BJ Penn, one of my all-time favorite fighters. Tito Ortiz, Michael Bisping.
Yeah.
He's actually told me I could come just stay at the gym with him. You know,
should.
he runs the Ruka headquarters gym. Like,
Oh, shit.
like, dude, like, that'd be just awesome. So TJ was supposed to fight for Bellator in LA.
Okay.
Boom. I reached out and he's like, yeah, come, you know. And I asked him, was like, I'd like to hold mitts or just, you know, train under you a little bit while we're there, and, you know, for my guy to cut weight. And he's like, dude, if Bisping's here, whatever, you can hold mitts for him. I'm like,
Excuse me?
yeah. Yeah.
What?
And Cyborg was training there at the time.
man.
And, you know, of course, she's just a stud.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, man. Like, it just feels good. I feel the pain when they lose. And, man, it feels, you know, you're just so excited after they win. And then it's like, oh, my God. I need a beer now. Like, just my head's
Right.
just, I'm so like, so sweaty and just, you know, my wife, you know, I love her. She knows like how much I care about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she'll find out from like my mom or dad. You know what I mean? My dad always texts me like, how do you do?
Yeah.
Or I'll just text him a word. It's usually like
One
or the F word. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just like,
one or the other. I don't know if this is good or bad.
TJ lost in LFA and Branson. I think it was the second time, and I was just, that's when oh man, I threw up in the bath. He just, I mean, not giving that kid, it was his night. He just caught him perfectly, but just the look of my dad just knows me so well. Yeah. He's just like, where you going? I was like, I'm going to walk to the hotel and put my gear back up.
Right.
He's like, I'm going to go with you. I was like, no, I'm fine. He's like, no, I'm going with you. He's like, you're not going to jail tonight.
Yeah, right.
Like, I was a good kid and stuff, but like, I was just always fighting.
Right.
Like, he's like, I just don't get you. Like, you're such a good kid. You hate school, but why are you always, you know, fighting? That's why he was obsessed. Like, when I started boxing with that guy in high school, like, that just gave me confidence to be a bigger little shithead. Right. Again, I was a great kid. Tools. No, I didn't do the drug thing. You know, of course, we were always underage drinking.
Right.
At a Catholic school.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Yeah, weird.
So why did you fight when you were younger? Don't really.
I just hated bullies.
Yeah.
I actually got my butt beat in like 8th grade by some fat turd at the playground.
Huh.
And it just, that fueled me.
Yeah.
And then my dad introduced me to that old man that was just, you know, I said he was 40, but he was probably older than that.
Right.
And he's a stud. And he was just the fastest ever. And so, funny story. So I trained with him all through high school, right? And before I even met Jeff, like 18, we were still going to the bars.
Yeah.
You know, hometown.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
But he
Just
would
chop 'em, bro.
yeah, he would just be like, you know, that was his thing too. He would just drink all the time.
Right.
As a trainer, so he would want to train. Boom, then we'd go to the bar and then we'd be stupid.
Oh, right.
I'm stupid.
Well, when you have that sort of knowledge, like I felt it when we started doing jiu-jitsu. It's kind of like you kind of wanted to sucker people in that didn't know, you know. And so if you knew how to fight, it's kind of like, I want to test this out.
So I always watch those like those channels where you see those people like freaking out at like Taco Bell or something or Walmart.
Exactly.
You're
Yeah.
like, please come at me.
Oh, I can't watch them because I'm like,
yeah, right.
I just freak out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. If I was in that situation, it's like.
So that gave me kind of a false hope, and then not false hope, but like I felt like I was just a little stud before I met Jeff. And then I think it was like our junior year. It was me and all these Catholic boys.
Yeah.
You know, one of our friends ran his mouth, and we're like, "Hey, meet us over here. We'll fight you." Right? Yeah. So we're gonna fight all these, you know, black kids, you know, and all of a sudden, these kids are like, "Why don't you come meet us over here at the Schlinger Park. You remember that?
It sounds
So
so
where
familiar.
where we'd sled at.
Okay.
That's where all the kids would sled. And we're like, yeah, that's a great idea. We'll meet you over there. We know where it's at.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Right.
Dude, we were getting hit by people that were like in their 40s. We were fighting them.
Wow.
We just got jumped by just all these people. Oh my God, it made like headlines.
Oh, did it really?
Like all these schools, like I was supposedly stabbed like 9 times.
Did
My
you?
friend got shot, you know what I mean?
Wow.
None
Small
of that
town
happened.
rumor
Right.
type, yeah.
But it was just like a lot of our friends just took off running, which I mean, I was terrified too.
Oh, yeah.
So I ran, and then I saw one of my other friends just being waylaid on. So I'm running back like, all right, I'm going to defend his honor. And then all of a sudden, I see my freaking blonde-headed girlfriend at the time, was my wife, driving my truck with one of my other buddies' girlfriend and just showing up to the party.
Yeah.
Just wrong time.
Right.
Of course, these guys are trying to just hit my truck. They're trying to pull her out of there.
Ooh.
So I attack them, and then after that, I just black out. And supposedly, I was getting my head beat in with the mag flashlight.
That'd black you out for sure.
Yeah. So me and my buddy were just in the hospital with like taped up, and we were like high fiving. Reminds me of the scene where like you see Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger high fiving after the first Expendable movie where they got hurt. You know,
Right.
so we were high fiving, and then our dads walked in and just like.
You would rather fought the horde again
Oh, yeah.
than see the dads.
Remember those kids that I had all in jail after
Yeah.
that? It was half of them.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Well, that makes sense.
So the cool part was I actually got to go to one of the prisons in, I think it was Oklahoma, and bring this guy back for court. And he was the one that hit me in the head with the mag flashlight.
Oh, shit. You're like, hey, I know you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I found out from another inmate, oh, you know who that is?
You're like, I don't remember that.
Yeah, no.
But I still feel it.
So my dad said that cost, like, I can't imagine just having a kid now. Hopefully she's not nothing like me. But, like, getting those phone calls
Right.
at like
I don't
midnight.
think that'll happen to you.
I don't think so. I'd kill her.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
right.
man.
There's something to be said about like the pent up aggression that we all have, especially as men.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, it's just like, why were there people 40-year-old guys ready there to beat ass? It's like, what was going on with that? I think it's because if I had to think about it in the 30 seconds that I've thought about it, I think it has to do something with, we don't have any customs anymore to say that like you were a boy, now you're a man.
Right.
So we're always trying to prove ourselves, whether it's through, look at all the money that I made,
Right.
look at the car that I'm driving, or like kind of like what you were doing, like I can fight for myself, I can protect myself, I know how to fight, I can whoop your ass. There's something about that where we're looking for that confidence, or we're looking for that stability or something. That's what I would guess, because it's in everybody. I mean, I've heard those sorts of stories from a lot of guys on the podcast and just friends in general.
Right.
We're just like, we were just hellions, we were just always looking for the fight.
We were just
I
those,
wasn't.
yeah, like I said, Catholic country kids that we'd always go to, you remember Twisters?
Yeah. Passed the other day.
Man,
Yeah.
we were always out there causing, chaos, but like.
What a great spot for chaos,
God, For sure.
Bunch of hot chicks.
Stupid.
Bunch of really.
We got shot at there.
Oh, really?
When we were in college, they were doing like the Wednesday night rap nights when they'd have all the it was a country bar.
Yeah.
And then they'd have like the rap songs, which we loved.
Sure.
Because we were just a bunch of young kids. My girlfriend, wife, but she would be like, just be careful.
Yeah.
Just stupid.
Well, those places are just notorious. Dance clubs, country,
right.
rap, whatever. Like it's a mixing pot of young, full of testosterone guys, a lot of fertile women, and that mix is like, that is total sapien. Like, let's go. Who's going to be the dominant one?
When we showed up to that park, I saw those kids that we were going to fight at this other party.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want you, and I'm already pointing them out. And my buddy had a golf club. I was like, no, don't.
Yeah, right.
We're grown ass men.
Right.
We don't need weapons.
Yeah.
Literally, it felt like I was on the movie The Warriors.
You're right.
When I jumped out of there, I saw this kid just look at me, the one that I wanted to fight, and just laughed, and he took off running.
Oh.
And all these other people came from the shadows.
Oh.
Dude, chains, bats.
Oh.
Like, it was terrifying. I was just like,
that's not good.
you know what I mean? Like,
Where's that golf club?
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
That's a little different. That's almost like
it was terrifying.
the hooligan movie. What was
Yeah.
that one?
It was
that
like Green Street Hooligans.
Green Street Hooligans.
Oh,
That's more
yeah.
like that, where that's chains and bats and
Yeah. I mean, it was so scary.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
why is that installed in people and men more than women? But it's like there's something there, and it's
Right.
a common story across all cultures. Like it's all there. Like we were talking about Hawaiian culture and the Native American
Always
culture.
fighting.
Oh yeah, well they had a warrior culture, and back in the day, like I'm a huge Native American guy. Obviously, you see my
Right,
books,
yeah,
but
it's awesome.
I don't have any Native American in me. I'm very European. Let's state that. But they have this warrior culture, and a lot of it was like, hey, for this weekend, Ryan, you and I are going to go to this other camp or this other tribe. We're going to steal as many horses as we can.
Right.
And I might get scalped and killed, and you might make it back with 100 horses. It was just like, okay, let's go.
Let's do this.
Yeah. And think about that rush. And that's probably the same rush as far as you got with the bats and everything coming out, where we go, we're like, let's get all these ponies. And all of a sudden the other tribe's waiting for us. Like that was just installed in the culture. And now in our day and age, it's toxic masculinity. You know? You can't be
like
doing
we
that
talked
kind of
about,
stuff.
just everybody wants to either be the fighter or
Yeah.
to be in that or to be around it. Like you can go to the Super Bowl. Fight breaks out, guess what? Everybody's going to probably be looking over at watching the fight for a little bit. You know what I mean? Just like
was my favorite part
Yeah.
of sports is when the
Exactly.
dugouts come out and it's
the only
like,
reason I ever wanted to play hockey.
yeah, right.
And I was like, oh man.
That's one of the last, to me, it's one of the last real sports left because they
Mm-hmm.
allow for that kind of stuff. Everything else is so toned down, for marketing purposes and
Right.
sponsorships and whatnot, which is,
we got kicked off of I got kicked off of the basketball team when I was
Yeah.
like a sophomore, just for, I don't know, me and him never got along. But so we started playing for the YMCA team.
okay.
So this is, we're in high school.
Yeah.
Basically, it's no offense to all my friends that were on these teams, but we were the rejects from this, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like you got every Friday nights or Saturdays or whatever
Yeah.
was the school.
Right.
But I think it was on Wednesdays or Thursdays, it was the YMCA. So like,
The real squad.
dude, like always fighting.
Yeah.
On the parking lot, like just all the time.
Yeah.
We were called the Pimp Squad.
The Pimp Squad? You need a t-shirt, bro.
All white boys.
You need a t-shirt.
Oh, my
that
God,
says
we
Pimp
were-
Squad established
I know.
1989 or whatever.
I know.
it was.
I guess it was like a tradition through Colgan.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It was right.
It's like a hidden
Catholic.
society
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. And it was so stupid. And that's, so I thought I was a big shot because that's where I was boxing, right behind the steam room.
Right.
And then I'm playing basketball here,
Right.
fighting
Yeah.
on Wednesdays or Thursdays.
Yeah.
It was just dumb.
It's badass in a way.
was
but
kinda
also
cool.
it's- Yeah, right.
Yeah.
To a young man, it's
Yeah.
like, this is awesome. But then as you get older, you're like, oh, okay.
Like
maybe not.
my dad, like he said, like every weekend I was out, he's just like,
I hope he comes
he'd
home.
text me. Well, he would text me like, going to bed.
Yeah.
Don't want a phone call tonight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
it was just stupid. We go to the pit parties because we were
Uh-huh.
just bored. It'd be like 4 different schools. We'd always get in,
Right.
be like, I'll take you on.
Looking
or,
for it, yeah.
And then we'd go to Manhattan, Kansas for Aggieville.
Uh-huh.
Like they did the Fake Patty's Day.
Yep.
And I'd do like the bare knuckle. Well, it wasn't really bare knuckle. It was one, you'd get drunk, right?
Okay.
One
Step
boxing,
one.
Yeah. Step 1, get drunk. No, but I'd always pretend I was drunk.
Oh,
so we
yeah.
poured beer all over me.
Right.
And we put one glove on the hand and then one bare knuckle.
Okay.
And so that was buying the kegs for the
fun.
night.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That sounds really fun, actually.
And you get like some scuds just walking the streets that just want to
Right.
beat some.
Right.
Which they think we just rich white boys in this
Yeah.
big house, which I wasn't. But
Right. Yeah, and then I guess the other thing about fighting is there's nothing needed. You don't need a ball. You don't need a bat. You don't need a hoop. You need nothing. You have,
Yep.
like it's come pre-installed,
Yep.
So you can just, you and I could like, all right, let's go out to the backyard and just get after it or whatever, or whoever,
I got in one fight in Hawaii.
Uh-huh.
Is
On
this-
the boat.
No, it was on the boat. Justin Bieber. No. I was on the, just walking the dog, just chilling. And this is when she was like a puppy. And then I had my cousin's dog with me, which, rest in peace, one of the best pit bulls ever. And he was with me. And then these guys were just, hanging out, super, I say racist again, but just they just didn't like me.
Right.
Just F you, this, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
They let one of their dogs off the chain, and it was like about to attack me and my puppy, and then my other dog just whooped his butt and
Oh shoot.
ended up just knocking this guy out, right?
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah. And so the best part about it was they call it coconut wireless.
Okay.
It just kept growing.
I get you.
I fought like 10 to 12 people, which
Dear
is
God.
what am I, Bruce Lee?
Right. Must have been.
I mean, it's kind of cool that the story keeps. And then it went from one fight to you were over there fighting. I was like, sure, yeah, that was me.
That's like
It's so funny though.
what was that black guy's name that would fight in the backyard?
Kimbo?
Kimbo. It's like Kimbo, you know, like that. He was just like he'd just show up and they'd film it,
Oh yeah.
and then
yeah.
finally after a while he got pretty
I mean,
famous or whatever.
He's a legend, but
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of
you're
how it
right.
started, right?
Yeah.
Just filming these backyard fights. Well, then you have all.
look
you
at
have, like,
Jorge Masvidal, one of the biggest UFC stars right now.
that's how he started.
Yeah, with Kimbo.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Kimbo got him to fight one of Kimbo's dudes, and then he ended up swaxing the guy.
Oh my God. I mean that's like World
Yeah.
Star, right?
Yep.
World Star. I mean, or there's probably other websites out there that are just dedicated
Yeah.
to random backyard fights,
Dude.
which there is something very nice
Yeah.
about an amateur organic fight on a street or in a bar or something.
Bar fights always scared me just because, like,
Yeah.
I knew one kid that hit one guy that's never fought before in his life and ended up getting that lucky knockout, and the guy like hit his head. And,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Right. You hear
boom.
that story.
That just,
Yeah.
and that's what my dad said. That's going to happen to you.
Right.
Keep doing this.
Which
crap.
is manslaughter, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's, you know,
Yep. I think he served like 6 years.
yeah,
Since-
that's for one night, for
For
one
one
moment, you know.
Moment.
Yeah. That's the
Mhm.
scary thing.
It's terrifying.
But I mean, I guess at the same time, he can say like he can take care of himself. Cost him 6 years of his life, but that's kind of that's the desire, is to train and to be able to be like, no, I'm good. Like I don't need to worry about
Right.
these other guys or these other people around me. Like I can fend from if the worst case happens, I'm okay.
And I think
Or
the older
I'm
I got
better.
and the more I like train, you know, I think that like chilled me out.
I'm sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I'm doing some jiu-jitsu, and I say some just because of the, you know, this crap happened.
Yeah, right.
But in Alliance Jiu-Jitsu in Springdale,
Yeah.
and those guys are all awesome. Just great place, and you know, it's just, I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with it, but
Chilled you out.
oh yeah. Just it's humbling again because
Mhm.
after I left Hawaii, I moved back, and then I just kind of like stopped doing jiu-jitsu for a little bit. Then I went there and I was like getting my butt kicked again. I was like, dang it, I need to stick with it.
Yeah.
And then, so I might be actually teaching boxing there soon when all this opens.
That'd be
But
cool.
If this keeps doing this and they keep canceling our fights, I want to do
Yeah.
like an underground fight club or something cool.
You heard it here.
Yeah, let's do it.
I would watch. I would go to watch.
You can be our visual guy. Or
Yeah,
like,
we
you
could
know,
broadcast
audio.
it from undisclosed
Yep,
location.
exactly. You'd be our-
That would be awesome.
That'd be sick.
Pay per view. Dude,
Yeah.
I think we're onto something.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. When someone comes to you to be coached and you know nothing about them, like what is the process behind, you know, figuring out
I
what
kind
to
of
do?
I kind of like, not Facebook stalk them, but like I
Sure.
kind of just like ask around.
Right.
You know, I don't know who this person is, or
Right.
you know, I don't know if he, actually owes people money.
I need to learn how to fight to get the mob off my back. Like they
Yeah,
can-
I'm like,
something.
wrong person.
Yeah, right.
Like wrestlers were the easiest for me to like train
Yeah,
because they already got that hard nosed mentality.
right.
When somebody actually doesn't know anything, you're gonna spend more time with them.
Yeah.
So like I don't like, so if you came to me right now, like
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell you you suck at, you know, like I don't like anything about what you're doing.
Yeah.
I actually take yours and like improve what you're good at, and then
Okay.
it's like, all right, just kind of do this now with it.
Right.
Keep doing what you're doing, but just do this, and it just excels with people.
Right.
Like Theron's already, you know, he was, I think he had one fight before me, and he was training with, but then we started working together, and like I was like, all right, I want you to do this now,
Mhm.
and it took his, and now he's just, I feel sorry for the person that wants to stand in front of him and try
Right.
to train hands, like,
Right.
you know, throw hands with him.
Does it depend a little bit? I'm sure it does depend a little bit on their goals. You know, like if they're going to be MMA
I think
versus
so.
a boxer,
Oh, yeah.
or kickboxer, or whatever.
Like today I was just doing boxing with him, then I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, knee, back knee, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't do that with you.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Like the amateurs are different, just because you can't do elbows.
okay.
You know what I mean? So like, you're like, God, I wish you were a pro right
Right.
now so I could start throwing those elbows. Like TJ has probably the sharpest elbows out there.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid can just slice butter with them.
See, I forget about those.
Oh,
I forget
dude.
you have that.
And
You can.
and that's again like boom, you're like a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. It's only does jiu-jitsu. It's just a monster on the ground, and then you roll with the TJ's only a blue belt. Okay,
Isn't that funny?
all right, we know that he's
Yeah.
up there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like somebody give that guy a 4-stripe purple belt.
Yeah,
Come
let's
on.
hurry up and do
All right,
this.
who is that? Yeah,
All in favor, aye.
but he can when he starts elbowing you on the ground or something. I mean,
Yeah.
he feels like a black belt on you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
for
just
sure.
like that brown belt goes.
Yeah.
It goes down.
Right. If that's all you're
Right.
training or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just so like with people with skills like that, it's cool.
Yeah.
I get a little excited, and then I get excited when I'm just training these kids that just want to fight, but I've never done anything. I was like, like I think Freddie Roach said it. He's like, I'm always nice to anybody that walks into my gym.
Right.
You don't know when the next Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao walks in.
Right.
You just don't know.
Right.
And I'm like, I took that to,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, all I need is that one guy.
Yeah. You can't judge like where they came
Right.
from or what they've done or.
One of my favorite
who they
fighters is
are.
Tyson Fury, and like,
Yeah.
his boxing coach was a 26-year-old that nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah.
And then he fought one time against Deontay Wilder and got that draw, and then now he's like a freaking, boom,
Right.
living it.
Right.
Driving his which I would never do that crap, but
Just
you
one
know what I
day.
mean? Just maybe.
One, rent a Bentley.
Just
get out your
give me a
system.
Raptor for a day or something like a
Ooh,
Ford
that'd
Raptor.
be cool.
Yeah,
That'd be
I mean,
nice. I can
come
see you
on.
driving a Raptor.
Yeah, I'd
That'd be cool.
definitely rock that.
You got to be able to haul your pads around. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. TJ said he was going to buy me one when he made it.
Now it's on the pod. Now it's like solidified. So when that time comes, it's like you can just play that moment. Just like, hey.
Talk about a cool feeling was when we were at Bellator. Just
Mm-hmm.
those guys were just state of the class acts.
Yeah.
It was neat. Just TJ's always been in front of that those cameras and
Right.
stuff. You know what I mean? Like I don't. I'll probably take a picture with Patrick Mahomes if I see him.
Yeah, right.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But like I don't go out of my way. I don't know pro golfers really. I don't know pro.
Right.
I
You don't
really
know any pro golfers?
I don't think so. I don't really do the whole basketball scene, but
Sure.
like, so I was up at Bellator. It was me, TJ, D. Allen, the Jerry and Walker, and then Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So Sam is just he's so funny. So it's me, Jerry, and Sam downstairs, and TJ's already in bed, and I think me and Jerry were grabbing like a nightcap or something,
Yeah.
before we, and I told Sam, I was like, yeah, I saw John McCarthy walk around here. Legend.
Yeah.
I'm getting a picture with him. He's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, cool. So Sam's like, I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'm like, all right, cool. He walks, goes to the restroom, comes back. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm like, cool. It was literally like we're up in the room. He's like, he doesn't show me anything. I just see on his Instagram. I'm like,
I took a picture with.
took a picture with him. Like, what? He's like, oh yeah, he was right around the corner. I'm like,
You
what
didn't
the
say,
hell,
like,
Dick? You
Hey,
didn't
one
say
second,
anything?
my boy's around the. Yeah, right. That's all I would have.
And he was just like, oh yeah. So that was the whole goal. I was like, dude, I'm getting a picture with him.
Right.
It's gonna be way better than yours.
Yeah, right.
And so literally it was me and Jerry downstairs like 2 days later, and there he was in Starbucks line. I'm like, boom. Of course he's talking to. I'm like, just waiting. Jerry's like, I feel like we're hardcore creeping. I said, well, Jerry, we are.
Right. Just accept it.
Just accept it. And then I took a picture with him finally, and
nice.
He had nothing but cool, great things to say.
That's what
about
I've heard,
TJ.
dude.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
TJ was taken aback that he knew who he
Yeah.
was. He's like,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
big John McCarthy. He's like, yo, TJ.
Yeah.
He used to call him bad news. Hey, it's
Yep.
bad news. Like, holy
He's
shit.
like, of course they talked to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and so it was neat seeing him, and just I told him, I was like, being around the cameras and the weigh-ins and stuff. Like it's all fun.
Right.
Like I don't want to be the guy that's like my wife gets it too. She's like, when stuff like that, she's like, all right, have fun.
Yeah.
And she's awesome because she just puts everything on hold, for me to do that. You know what I mean? Like my mom helped out. Like she had to come down and watch the baby while she was at work. Well, I gotta go, and you don't make anything, but it's a fun
That's the
process,
dream.
man.
Living
like
the dream, dude.
TJ actually, it sucked being in Hawaii when he was going pro because I was watching him on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, well, that's my boy, and they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay,
Right.
Like, no, seriously.
I'll call him real quick.
Like pictures here.
Yeah, right.
And I remember telling him that I'm just gonna come home, I think, and he's like, dude, he says, I think I want you to be my, my boxing coach, and I think we can, go big and do this. And, so he tells people, he tells people I moved home for him, but I mean, come on.
Right.
Not just for
Come
him.
on, TJ.
Yeah.
But that was probably a draw.
It was definitely a big.
It's an opportunity, You were catching him on the way up, for sure.
And then some people, they didn't know me.
Yeah.
I heard that were like, what the hell are you doing? Just, who the hell's this kid coaching you all of a sudden? Why is he coaching you? Not a fighter.
Yeah.
No professional fights. No amateur fights, really. Legally.
Yeah.
And he's just like, you know what I mean? Like,
did you tell him the baseball bat and chain story?
Yeah, he's like, guys, trust me, I was a heck of a street fighter.
Right, street fight.
It was just every coach and every like other fight, like athletes.
Sure.
They're like, shut up.
Right.
Which I get it.
Right.
I was that guy that was in the gym that we were like, oh yeah, I do street fighting. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I do street fighting.
Who does that?
I have done street fighting.
I do UFC, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's got to be something that, everyone, like we talked about earlier, everybody's checking credentials. Like, who are you? Why are you? What are you?
I think that's what pisses off a lot of these coaches, too.
Yeah.
Just because, I'm going to say it here. I'm better coaching than most of you guys. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just getting tired of hearing all this. Oh, this guy doesn't like you. Then I found out some other coaches that I used to train with back in the day, that were all the way in Springfield. You know who you are. I don't, it's weird. Like, thought we were closer and stuff, and just like they're really butthurt. That I'm doing what I'm doing. It's like, dude, you're a jiu-jitsu coach. Right. Now you definitely know who you are. Right. And and it's like, I don't teach jiu-jitsu. I just teach boxing, and I don't know.
Well,
it gets to me a little bit, I guess it does, but it's at the end of the day, I kind of laugh. My dad's like, if you don't have any haters, you're doing something wrong, and he's awesome.
It seems petty.
It is,
and it's not just the fight world. It's just humans. It's everything.
You get drama anywhere.
Absolutely.
And it's crazy how much drama are in these gyms.
Yeah. Like
cross training's huge for me.
Right.
If one of my fighters, like, teacher's like, hey man, I'm gonna go train with this guy this week. I'm like, dude, video it. That's awesome. Or I'm going with him. Like, to me, that blows my mind that some of these gyms don't do it. One of the coolest ones was TJ Brown. Yeah. Great kid from Little Rock. He trains with, like, his head coach is Rolly DeGato and Matt Hamilton out of Westside MMA. Yeah. Just nothing but, like, we went to their gym, and they're just cool dudes. Right. And they train, like, Bryce Mitchell. Okay. Thug Nasty. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I know that name.
He did the first, like, twist, or the second or third twister in the UFC. Yeah. But anywho, like, TJ, like, hit me up. Like, he had his kid had a wrestling tournament in Springdale, so we got to work out with him and stuff, and just a great freaking dude. Like, can't say anything but great things about that gym. Like, and just to let them just, it was 2 weekends in a row, actually. Yeah. We trained together, and it was just neat. You know what I mean? And I actually trained a kid to fight him when they were amateurs. Oh, nice. Like, way back in Branson, Missouri, the tournament days. Yeah.
Do you think that's what is that due to, like, secrets? Like, they think they have something that nobody else has, or egotistical? Like, I'm the best coach.
I think it's definitely. You know what I mean? Like, so actually, those two coaches at Westside were actually doing the podcast, and Matt said it the best. That I asked, my question was about cross train. Yeah. Obviously, I knew they liked it because they would have told TJ not to work out with us down here. Right. But he said, what did he say? He said he loves it. He loves the training, but he says at the end of the day, you better know who your mama and daddy are, or something like that. And that's true. Like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be pissed off if one of my guys went just to one coach one time, and guess what? Now he's just his. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if you get the extra training, get techniques. Like, I get that. Like, that's cool to me.
So it must be, and I'm very outside this world. But it must be something along the lines of, when I say I'm coming to you, you're investing a lot in me, right? And at some point, if I'm saying, like, I want to be a great fighter, I want to fight for the UFC or whatever, you are on that ride with me, and it's like, okay, I'm going to invest time. You're probably thinking about what can I do to help his game. What can he do better? You're probably watching film.
It's hard going. I'm not a part of a gym either. Yeah, sparring partners and all this stuff, and like, it's just like back when it was just me and my wife. It was a little bit easy, you know what I mean? Just you're taking time away from me and my wife.
Right.
Now you're taking time from me, my wife, and my daughter.
Right.
And my dog.
Right. Right.
It's just like
your family.
It's oh my God, like invest a lot of time in somebody.
Right.
And
for them to just to hop away to another coach or another gym, that would
Which
be.
I could see that, but like for me, I worked out with like just a few kids. So I went to Springfield, Team Fusion, love those guys, all of them. I was doing one-on-ones with a bunch of them, and you know, I made a good chunk of money the first time, right? And then all of a sudden I start hearing all these things about this boxing coach doesn't like you, this jiu-jitsu coach doesn't like you, stay out of Springfield. It was just so funny.
What in the world?
I know, it's so funny though. Like, he's like, and somebody wanted to fight me. One of the guys wanted to fight me that was at this gym, and it was just weird. Just like I said, petty little
It's
drama.
tiring, dude.
It's so tiring.
It's like, can we just focus on the art? Can we just focus on the technique, on training?
And you know, if one of that coaches, if one of my guys asked me to go train over there, I'm like, hell yeah, that's awesome.
Right.
And then I found out this one guy used to box against, you know, one of the legends. I'm like, dude, I'm going to shake your hand.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk to you.
Yeah.
And he's one of the ones that hates me.
Oh no. How's that make him feel?
It's just like, I don't know, man. It's like, whatever. I'm going to keep doing me.
Yeah. And that's all you can
yeah.
do. It's working for you. It's working for your
I think so,
fighters.
yeah.
You know, if the grand goal in the end is to have your own place, your own gym, then you're on the right path.
I just like to travel too. Like,
Yeah.
I told TJ a long time ago, I was like, man, they would just love you in Japan, like fighting for like one championship.
Oh,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
they would.
6'4"
They would
black
eat him
man.
up,
Oh,
dude.
It'd be so sick.
He would be Godzilla to them.
Yeah,
you know?
it'd be so cool. Like,
Were you thinking about doing something like that?
I reached out to him a while back,
Okay.
you know, right when I first moved back, you know.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we'll see. But, you know,
Oh, he's on Bellator now.
anywhere he goes, he could be.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy to think about how small the fight world is, dude. It's so small. I did not know it was that small.
Yeah.
It's every world, though. Like, Hollywood's super small. Everybody knows everybody. If you're in the industry. If you're outside, it's like, wow, you know so-and-so? It's like, yeah, he's my neighbor or he's my friend or whatever.
And so the best part about that whole guy that he was fighting,
Yeah.
you know, he was really humble about it. I'm the cocky one. So this is the number one kickboxing in the world. You know what I mean? This guy,
Currently, not like used to be or whatever.
effing stud,
Yeah.
told him, I said, they picked you to lose. Nobody's going
yeah.
to fight him. Nobody wanted to fight this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, TJ said yes. But he like called him and was like, hey, what do you think of this? I'm like, dude, I'm 100% behind you if you want to fight him.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, oh, shoot.
Oh,
This
really?
is, you know, that's just like, dang it. You know, like, why would they give you somebody that's a beast that has a name like that?
Right.
You know, we want you to smash somebody and then boom.
Yeah.
Then we'll fight some. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
let's get that contract first. And then, but I was like, he's like, I know I can beat him. I was like, all right, let's beat him.
Yeah.
Guess what? We're not going to kickbox him.
Yeah, no shit.
I can't. It's like, dude, finally use your jiu-jitsu.
You're right.
And so we were in the backstage. You know, TJ's just super chill as a cucumber, right? Just sitting there, you know, and we hear this guy kicking. I mean, it was the loudest kicks I've ever heard in my life. And I just remember kind of like looking behind Sam through the curtain and just seeing this guy just, you know, already wrapped up everything. TJ's, you know, hands aren't wrapped yet.
Oh, yeah.
And I just look at him, and I just remember looking at TJ's face, and he's like, is that him kicking? And I was like, yeah. And then we had another girl on our side that was a kickboxing champion.
Okay.
So she was fighting too. So she started kicking the pads over here on our side.
Right.
I just like leaned in. I think it was like Jerry or Deanna or something. I was like, God, I hope he thinks that's TJ kicking.
Oh, I'm sure he did. You know, it's kind of like two roosters,
Yeah.
you know, crowing at each other. Like,
Freaking
kind of,
Kevin Lee walks in and is like, dang, who's fighting that guy?
That's what TJ
And I'm
said.
just like, I was like, can I get a picture with you?
yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean? It's like-
It's him.
Yeah, it's like,
TJ told that exact story, and
my
he said
God.
how loud those kicks were and how intimidating it was.
literally feel like, you know, these, you know, headphones on.
Yeah.
Just, it was shaking the curtains. Like, I mean, that guy trains his legs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then the first, like, of course he's going to kick those, you know, I told TJ, so you don't have the manliest legs in the world.
Yeah, right.
You know, they're a little skinny,
Yeah.
you know, and I was like, that first kick he did on him, I was like, oh God, that hurt. You know,
Yeah.
you could just feel it and hear it. And then once he can, you know, TJ's like, man, he was hard to take down. I was like, well,
Right.
think about it. Look at that trunk on him.
Oh, yeah, the foundation's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
But
He said the hips. He said the hips were so quick that he said,
dude.
usually I can read people that kick. I can say, oh, here, I can think here a kick is coming. He said, I couldn't read it with him.
Right.
Like the leg was up. And I was
just
like,
like-
oh, shit. Yeah.
It was like Chris Tucker from the Rush Hour.
Yeah,
He's
right.
fighting all those Chinese guys kicking. He's like, which one of y'all kicked me?
Exactly.
You know, that's what TJ was like.
Exactly,
in that.
yeah. The hips could not communicate anything to him. He was just, here we go. In fact, there was one, we watched a fight on here, and there was one of the kicks that really connected on his shoulder or whatever, and then he threw the punch,
Yep.
and if he just would have just a little bit over, it would have been devastating. But that kick was so fast, even on the video, so fast. I can't imagine face to face and all the pressure and.
I think a lot of people are like saying, like I saw some people, like online people, of course, they're the keyboard warriors talking about how TJ really didn't hit him. But it's like if you looked at his eye, like pretty sure he was in the back when we were, when TJ was getting looked at. But like the doctor told him he like broke his orbital.
Oh, really?
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean it was like. No, it was a hit. It wasn't a direct hit, but I mean, it hit and it slid off the face or whatever. But I mean, that's amongst the leg going, and then he does the counter punch. I mean, it was a chaotic moment for sure.
And then like when I coach, like it's like, you know what I mean?
I can't imagine.
And then TJ says he can hear me. Like I have a few other ones that say I can't hear crap.
Really?
We zone you know what I mean? But he hears me really good.
Yeah.
My buddy Zarek hears me. Like Theron hears.
Yeah.
Like to me, like all the noise just kind of stops.
Right.
I don't know. It's just kind of like a tunnel vision, I guess, which is great to have with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was really neat seeing all those celebrities kind of like walk around and stuff, and
you were part of it.
I was part of it.
You were part of it.
So here's the kicker: we're in our hotel room. I'm looking out our window, and just you got this giant field, and you see construction, right? What's in Thackerville, Oklahoma now? Do we know? You watch Netflix? You don't watch Lion King? Or not Lion King.
Tiger King?
Tiger King.
Oh, the zoo?
So that was the zoo that they're building.
Shit. That's hilarious.
I told my wife, I was like, man, if that was a month out earlier, I would have known.
Right. I would have gone down there and see what's going on.
Exactly.
That's hilarious.
But no, it was a good time, man. Like I was bummed because they wanted him to fight in Ireland. I was like,
oh,
of
wow.
course.
The UFC?
No, the Bellator.
Bellator, I mean, yeah.
I think he'll smoke Gallagher any day.
Yeah.
And Gallagher's kind of like the 35er.
What, are they matched up?
No, they won't.
Okay.
Oh, gosh, I swear, TJ will smoke him. Like,
yeah.
unless TJ just gets, lazy,
Sure.
which
Right.
he rarely is. But the kid walks around 35. I think he's like 5'9", my height.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
He's like Bellator's Conor McGregor. They're trying to
Okay.
give him all these fights and stuff. I think, man,
That would be awesome.
Begging for that fight.
Who knows?
Take him out in Ireland.
Do we know? Do we know anything about TJ's next steps?
We do not. I mean, he's kind of...
There's things up in the air. Oh, I guess the pandemic,
Right.
right? Pandemic kind of threw
That
everything.
kind of threw us all off.
Yeah. Because I know he said he was waiting on maybe an email or, like maybe a couple of offers. But then, pandemic throws us all under the bus. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm going to start that backyard fighting pretty soon. If
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Gosh.
Get things back and going. Dude. Well, we've been going 2.5 hours.
Oh, yeah. My wife already called me.
Did we?
3 times.
Did she? She's like, where the hell are you? We can wrap this up. But it was very, very fun talking to you. I mean, we haven't spent much time together. I got you on camera a couple of times, but besides that, so I really appreciate you coming out.
This was fun. You need to get me and TJ on here together.
Oh, I'd love to.
We'll smack.
Yep. This Saturday, Ermin and Dave are coming on. Dave Lopez.
Oh, is he?
So we'll have those. We'll have both those guys on, which will be interesting. I can do 3. I got the third one there.
Okay.
It's a little bit different, but I can do 3.
Yeah.
And that would be fun to have both of you guys on to talk about some stories and whatnot.
We got some good stories.
Yeah.
I mean,
Training things too. People love. I love like, what do you got? Like, what are you doing? I mean, I'm not a fighter, but I like to train that way because I think it's the best training on planet Earth. Yep. The fighters are the most conditioned, most cardioed out. Like they're the best. No, the fighters don't flop. LeBron James flops.
Yeah.
Fighters do not flop.
We're talking about Sam again. This is a kid that lives in a fight camp every day for the last 6 years. What?
He's unbelievable, dude. What is his stats?
Dude.
'Cause he's a smaller guy.
Yeah, he fights at 45. I
Yeah,
think. Yeah.
but unbelievable.
Oh, God.
Unbelievable energy and
He's
technique.
just so funny to me. Like, me and TJ are working out. TJ was training for camp, and then, I think me and him trained for like an hour and a half to almost 2 hours, and Sam's been on the treadmill that whole time before you even started.
Oh,
You know what
my
I mean?
God.
I'm like, what is this guy?
I believe it, dude. I was just trying to hippie roll with him, you know. I was just trying to be like, "What's this friendly roll?" It's like,
No.
whoa,
Yeah.
what was that?
Yeah.
It woke me up, bro. It woke me up. But when you start that backyard fighting, you let me know.
I'm hitting you up, bro.
Yeah, hit me up. But best of luck to everything. You're on Instagram and Facebook. Do you want to give a shout out so people can follow you? And
Just Mosburg Boxing on Instagram.
12 gauge.
Yep, 12 gauge. I got a fight page. Ryan, I think it's Coach Ryan, 12 gauge Mosburg or something like that. But
if people want to get coached by you, like, do
just
they just
DM me on Instagram. Yeah,
Okay.
That's the easiest way.
check things out? Okay,
And we'll talk prices.
nice, good deal, nice, dude. I really appreciate
No,
coming on.
thank you for
Very
having
fun.
me, dude.
Yeah.
This was awesome.
Anytime if you want to do the triple podcast or to come back
for
on
sure.
and tell some more Hawaiian stories,
Oh, I can talk about Hawaii.
that'll
all
be
day.
cool. No, I think we really should go out there.
Yep.
You know, that's outside the podcast. We should, we
Yeah.
should talk about
We do a podcast over there.
I would love to. These things can travel.
But dude,
Post pandemic, we need a.
I got
Hawaii.
houses, I got cars, just, they're all my friends, dude. We can set up something sick. I can give you some, I can get Barker on there for you. Like,
Oh,
all
that
of
would
them.
be sick.
Yeah, dude.
It would be. I was interested to talk a little bit more about the GMO thing. I think that would be interesting to hear his.
So we
what
lived
he
right
wants
by
to
a
do.
field. I know we keep going here, but we
Yeah,
lived
yeah.
right by a field where they sprayed. My
Uh-huh.
wife would have like nosebleeds, headaches.
Yeah, that's not
All
good.
the time.
Not good.
We literally moved right up the road. Boom, done.
Nothing wrong.
So it's messed up, bro.
It's a deep world, and I know we're trying to wrap this up, but like the GMO, like there's people that are for it, there's people that are against it. I've heard arguments both ways.
It was like a war against the island too, because it was the West Side was for it because it was giving them all these jobs and it was paying them
Right.
dang good money.
Right.
Just stay on these fields, spray and shoot crows that are eating the field or something. You know what I mean? Like, it was trippy, man.
Yeah. I mean, we can't live without it right now. So like, GMOs is a good thing, but at the same time, the wife's getting nosebleeds and people are getting cancer and stuff. Supposedly, I don't know. Another podcast. So there's definitely something to be talked about there. It seems so. It's like so much of the research is kind of kept hidden, and I don't know. There's a lot of bro science behind it too.
Yeah,
of like,
big time.
yeah. So both sides are. I don't know. We need to find someone that's a GMO expert or something, or your boy. You
Dude,
can come on and talk
so
to.
sick. Dude,
Yeah.
go do it over there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We'll definitely do it. But okay, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening today. I hope you had a good time. I hope everything's going good in your quarantine. Make sure to get out, go work out, get some exercise, get some fresh air. Don't stay in that house. Don't stay in that one bedroom apartment that you're in. Get outside. Make sure you're eating good food. Eat your kale. Eat your steak. Do all that good stuff. Take care of yourself. Take your multivitamin.
That's right. Stop buying toilet paper.
Yes, god damn. Just take a shower or something. Is that still a problem? I don't think so. I think it's kind of calmed down.
That bad.
I think the social shaming of people buying the toilet paper really nipped that in the bud.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone's like, I don't want to be that person.
And now look at it. Now when I go buy toilet paper, when I actually need it, I'm getting looks from people like,
Right.
oh, you're that asshole.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, my asshole needs it.
yeah, I need this.
Right. I have a bidet, so.
That's awesome.
But, all right. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Have a great week. Peace.
Sci-Fi with